Jeez. For a second there, I was just sort of sitting, enjoying the music, and then I was like, oh shit, I don't have my microphone ready or anything. Hello, everybody. Oh, my organ. Oh, god damn it. Sorry, I just knocked an important letter on the floor. Yeah, hello, everybody. Welcome to another video. The final video of Visions of Eternity. Wow, deja vu. We've said that 3 times already. For real this time. So we beat the story a while ago, and that was the last episode, and then we had like an end of the playlist as well. It's now about, for anyone watching off in the future, it's about a week later. And I've wanted to do a bonus episode. Basically, the day after the finale, so to speak, I've wanted to do a bonus episode because there were a few last little bits and pieces about Visions of Eternity that I wanted to like finish up. And I did, and I was thinking, you know what, there's a video in this. Most importantly, as you can tell from the title, we're going to make one of the legendaries. Obviously, there's the double legendary of Ancora, staff and spear, 2-in-1, which is cool enough, and I could get. Or there is the Aqua Breather. I'm going with the Aqua Breather. Now, you saw in the last episode, I did the collection for the precursor. I'm actually ready to make the legendary itself. One of the reasons I'm ready for this is I got really lucky just playing the game the other day. I did my End of Dragon Strike missions. I actually wasn't doing very well. As you guys know, I don't use KP me. I think it's really bad for the community. I stay with that like perspective of someone who has no KP and like you know, try to keep a grip on how hard it is to pug and stuff. But I'll take my shot. But when people post and say, oh, you know, we're doing all the CMs, have 5 KP or something, I'll usually join and I'll say, hey, do you want to take a punt on me anyway? So I joined this group. I already sort of, people were like scrutinizing me. Oh, this guy doesn't have KP.me, and then I didn't play too well. But on one of the runs, I got an infusion drop as well when we killed Minister Lee. That's how it always goes. Actually, I played fine. I'm given the impression that I did terribly. I you know, I ate one too many greens, I think, in fucking Aetherblade hideout. Anyway, so I got the Imperial Everbloom infusion drop, which is something that back when I cleared Harvest Temple CM, I just bought manually. I spent the, like, what is it, 2,000 shards or something on it. So I already have my own. On my account, I have a Sylvari that wears it. And I just got one as an actual drop, which I was ecstatic about. I'm going to sound like a complete dick here. I thought it was worth 10,000 gold. As it so happens, though, the Festival of the Four Winds has really, like, killed the markets for some of these things. So it was only worth, like, I say this is why I'm a dick. It was a brilliant drop, all right? I'm not going to complain about the drop, but I got like 2,700 gold for it in the end, and then the TP tax or whatever. So it wasn't quite the ultra jackpot that I think we all imagine when we think about getting some kind of infusion drop. But it was very good. So anyway, that's about 2,000 gold that I've had. They can easily fund a legendary. Can easily get this Aqua Breather. So yeah, we had some real good luck there. And I'm going to do it. I also, actually, as it so happens, spent that money on other legendaries. I've actually crafted 5 legendaries this week. What do you mean you've crafted 5 legendaries already, WP? Well, sort of. So the Envoy armor, the original raid armor, I got all the light stuff years ago, like during Heart of Thorns. I crafted the heavy stuff because I thought it looked cool during like Path of Fire. And I crafted the medium chest piece. So that's 13 pieces I'd made. I crafted the medium piece because it has like the cool dragon wings, but I didn't have the rest of the medium. So I actually technically hadn't finished the Envoy armor. Let's go on to my thief here, which I did. So with those infusions, if we go to where is it? It's under collections and then legendary armor, I think. This thing here, Envoy's Herald, this title, I actually didn't have this. I didn't have all 18 legendary armor pieces, but I just got that. So of the 2,000 whatever I had, I spent about $1,000 on that. And so now I have 900. So we have 900 gold at the moment. Oh, we need to move Liz. Liz is still oddly positioned at the moment. Actually, I kind of like her there. What do we think? Maybe we don't have her over the minimap. I mean, that has been a bit of a weird thing throughout this series, hasn't it? Having her there over the minimap. I've often referred to the minimap, and then you guys haven't been able to see what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, Liz moved. So anyway, so that's what's going on. So we're going to make the legendary Aqua Breather. Let's finish this up here real quick. What's this template? Just generic char stuff. So fine. So if I type Envoy... You know, the right way to make content about this would have been back during Path of end of Heart of Thorns to have rush crafted all of this and done a dedicated video, but no, instead you see it strewn out across various, you know, other things. So there you go. That's... Oh, and then we take the outfit off. There you go. That's the Envoy stuff for medium, which I actually quite like. And of course, you get the cool wings when you unsheath there. Actually, I think some of the visuals might be cold because I have the effect color on at the moment. But, and, you know, the dyes aren't too good. Anyway, so yeah, that leaves me with needing to do obsidian armor. Obsidian armor to me just looks so difficult to get, guys. Like, so rough. Those of you who have already got 18 pieces fully, like, upgraded, like the suffused and all that, it's mental to me. I mean, honestly, it's so much grind on rifts. I've done 100 of both of the convergences. Mind you, I wasn't always getting the weekly rewards for those because I was, you know, grinding them, like spamming them. But still, it's so much work. I don't know. We'll see if they're about to add a convergence with the next patch of this, and I guess I'll slowly work on obsidian armor. But there's just a big issue with it, is I just don't think it looks that good. It doesn't instill that nostalgia for me from Guild Wars 1. I'll tell you what would make me really excited about Guild Wars 2 obsidian armor is if it looked exactly like the heavy set from the original. No, the Paragon set from the original. The heavy in this could look like the Paragon from the original. And then I'd set my Paragon up to wear that. But without that, I'm just, you know, I'm not going to be going for it. So yeah, so that's a little what's going on. Another thing that happened during the week was there's currently a post on my subreddit. Someone saying, whoa, was I dreaming? Was there a video? Yes, the reason this was weirdly positioned just now is I did do a video with Boots. Maybe some of you guys caught it. Those who are there in the live chat right now. Hello, everyone. Banjo, Hardy, Milk Bucket, Venny, Emmanuel, Nathan, and more names as I scroll up. Maybe you guys caught it. But I did try to do the Magic the Gathering video with Boots. Something came up in real life that sort of interrupted us halfway through. Well, we were kind of in the intro. He had taught me a little bit. He taught me like how lands worked, kind of. But I've privated the video. We will try again. I don't know when exactly, but we will give it another shot, and you know, we'll just see what we can do. The game itself seemed fine. We were playing Magic the Gathering Arena, so yeah, that's why some of the overlays and things are a little bit different. So yeah, okay, right. A couple of things I want to do. First of all, let's go to our home instance for one sweet final time. I do have a couple of comments from you guys. Just some other little elements of VOE. Why is that an invalid location for my doorway? That's very strange. Some other little things about VOE that kind of didn't appear in my Let's Play that I think deserve at least to be talked about just for a moment. Don't worry, we're not going to be discussing whether Waiting Sorrow got a chocolate gâteau or not. We're going to be discussing other things. So let's do our /sleep here. And yeah, to people who are over in the live chat as well, if you guys have any questions or thoughts, throw them at me. I'm going to really try to pay attention to you all here and actually respond. So that is an absolute lie. No, I will. I promise. I will. Okay, so here we go. So here's the first question. It's from Idolan Essence. Okay, no, this is not a question. This is this is a screen. I just put this in the Spud Discord. Oh, okay, so I may as well talk about this. If you look in game on the top right, my pinned achievements right now, I'm doing Janthea Wild's Repentance audio cover. I realize there's actually 3 AP for doing this. This is to redo it in which you actually listen to Anise's voice and you actually listen to, you know, Livia, because the voices are in there now. And you get 1 AP per section that you play, and you have to do Repentance and Absolution for those. But yeah, I was replaying it, and you know, there's this mechanic that they give you, and it really raises my eyebrows, right? Like, look at this. We have 20 stacks of Idolan Essence. This is a mechanic with a unique icon and everything. It can stack in intensity. A portion of the defense of the Seers used to fight agony. It has a limited range. It prevents death from Spectre Agony. It will heal you every second. It will lower your incoming condition damage as well, and we were getting it from Isgarin. It's like a mechanic. It's like a layered big thing. And how was it used? Was it used in convergences? No. Was it used in the strike missions? No. Well, the raids, let's say? No, it doesn't appear in the raid either. Was it anywhere in the open world? No. As far as I remember, I'm pretty much fucking positive it wasn't. Was it in any of the meta events? No. No. It's a whole mechanic that they made for this one little story instance. And what is the actual gameplay here? This is the bit, guys, where you're in the valley and Isgarin's with you, and you have that epically sized area. It's like a radius of like 3,000 or some shit. It's a massive massive area. You are never at risk of falling out of it. And what is the gameplay in that instance? It's just kill a bunch of Masark ghosts. And it's just, I despair when I see stuff like this, because it's like, there's a cool idea there, but I never got to meaningfully play for it, you know. They're lucky enough that the voice actors strike was going on, thus meaning some of us are going back and replaying some of these things, because the reality is people will just zerg through that and they'll just mash some buttons against ghosts and that's it. And you know, it always reminds me of, like, in an ideal world, there would be a harder edition, a more engaging edition of the main story. It is such a drag. It was a drag for Janthir Wilds. It was a drag for Secrets of the Obscure. And to bring it back to the modern day, it's a drag for Visions of Eternity 2. It's a drag through all of Guild Wars 2. And it's one of those things, you know, like, we'll levy a lot of criticism at these products, but it's like there's basic stuff like that that we don't even talk about anymore. And it's a shame. You know, I think Visions of Eternity did pretty good reusing the Titans and stuff in lots of formats. But still, there's interesting ideas that just slip through and you never see. Anyway, yeah, I was talking about that on Discord. That wasn't really meant to be here. So here we go. Here's the first comment. It's from Loic Valenti? Loic Valenti? Loic. Is that the name of a character in the Divinity games? Loic. I think it is, isn't it? Maybe? All right. Sorry, BRSP's in live chat says, reminds me of Scruffy's bubble in Crucible of Eternity, just much, much bigger. Yeah, a little bit, I guess. A little bit. One day I'll accidentally show you a screenshot of something bad. I know, actually, that is a risk. That is a risk, because I use the snipping tool for just dicking around late at night, you know. I'll use it for, like, important shit in emails. You know, I'll use it for, like, tax information and stuff. It is a very real risk. You've actually made me nervous now. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. I promise, guys. So Loic says, thanks for the playthrough. Thank you for watching. And can I just give another big thank you to everyone who has watched this? I think actually right now I don't have a proper playlist set up for these videos. I need to go and sort that out. And I think last year's ones are appearing in reverse order at the moment, which also isn't great. By the way, I like Loic's got that little, like, eye informational emoji thing baked into his name. I have that with the potatoes. I do that on Steam as well, and some games know how to display the potato, but a lot of them just display, like, a broken square or something. Okay, so thanks for the playthrough. I've thoroughly enjoyed following it over the last few weeks. I'm also very excited to get back to Oblivion. Ah, yes. This one wasn't even particularly about VOE. So yeah, we were going to do October Oblivion, and then October passed in a flash. It was Visions of Eternity November, and the question is, so it's December 1st now. The question is, what do we want to dedicate December to? It's either 14 or Oblivion, and I'm like 99% sure it's going to be Oblivion, guys. I'm waiting on the edge of my seat for that to come back. Hopefully the game is still exciting. Absolutely it is. The Steam Frame announcement has got me looking into Skyrim VR and all kinds of things, and there was Oblivion VR as well, by the way, with the UE remake. And UE VR, it kind of all worked out in a weird way where you can actually play it comfortably for that. So yes, I am. You're feeling really engaged in the Potatoverse and you want more. Don't worry, much of the Potatoverse to come. On that note, have you thought about setting up a coffee account? Ko-Fi? Coffee? You're supposed to say coffee, aren't you? Or something of the sorts. I really want to support financially more, but the thought of giving more money to Google or Patreon is ever so slightly off-putting. If I'm putting 20, I want you to get 20, and I guess the government takes its share. Nonetheless, have a good one. Thank you very much. That's a really nice thing to say there. Actually, to be honest, guys, I don't think I was going to put this in the Q&A. Look, what I will say, since it's up anyway, what I will say is Patreon, I was on Patreon very, very early, and I have, like, the founder's deal on Patreon. I don't have a perfect split, right? I have a very good split, though, on Patreon. Patreon's always been very good to me. I got grandfathered into, like, their best band because I've been there for a long time. If you want to support me, Patreon is a very good place. Yes, they take a service charge, but at the end of the day, they are running the platform, blah, 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 blah. So I'm perfectly happy with that. YouTube takes a bigger fee. That's why it costs you more to be a YouTube member than a Patreon member. But ultimately, I get the same amount. So, yeah, that's very thoughtful and kind of you. I'm not going to set up coffee. Look, I got all these platforms. I barely use any of them, right? I'm bad enough at supporting one. So, yeah, I think I'll just leave that as it is right now. There's direct donations available and super chats and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to just say on that note as well, anyone who's ever dropped a super chat on, like a YouTube video, not as a part of live or anything, but you just put it. I do see them, and thank you. Okay, all right. Then the first real VOE question. Sorry about that, everyone. TAE5788 says, I just want to leave a comment here before jumping into the VODs. Now, this comment, guys, this comment was dropped by TAE, Ty, not on the Visions of Eternity videos. This was dropped at the end of the Janthir Wilds Let's Play. Okay, so this person has just watched through my Janthir Wilds coverage, and they're about to get to VOE. So this is what they have to say. And I guess that makes it an old video, right? Not really. I mean, it's 4 months old, but hey. So, to me, both Secrets of the Obscure and Janthir Wilds were very disappointing in terms of their story. Some in different ways, and some in the same ways. And you have already covered a lot of them in your streams, WP. But I want to stress 2 points that didn't get mentioned. Okay, so what does this guy think that I haven't managed to find a point to be a Debbie Downer about? For starters, the whole plot with Mabon in Janthir Wilds is just so uncaptivating and boring because the guy's dead. We barely had time with him in Secrets of the Obscure, and he was cool when he was around, but then he died. I don't really care about digging up what happened in the past, which has no impact in the current world and the plot going forward whatsoever. His backstory is not the main point of conflict now. For instance, if Mabon was still alive and he got his memories back and that made him turn against his Garen, that would make his backstory interesting. It would make me wonder what made him make those decisions. As is, however, Mabon has barely any relevance, and the Titans were a joke. I mean, you complain about Minister Lee becoming a Saturday morning cartoon villain, but the Titans are literally going, "We will crush them! We are evil!" type of dialogue. In the end, the Coden are right, and I agree that Poised Arrow is kind of fun. But the rest of the expansion story is unbelievably bad, even for Guild Wars 2 standards. Okay, I have multiple points to respond to here. I guess we'll go in reverse order. So the Titans, the characterization of the Titans versus Minister Lee. Yes, they are very Saturday morning cartoony. The thing with Lee, why Lee felt very iffy and unsatisfying is for the same reasons Vlox might in the end. Lee was introduced as an earnest, kind of real mature look at fanaticism, at authoritarianism, at xenophobia, at a lot of serious topics. Lee was kind of, you know, he showed how a person can be populist and can be a snake and can get people behind them. And it looked like they were going somewhere very interesting with it. And to really tackle that topic in a fun way, then they just kind of like just threw it aside and just had him twirl his mustache. That was very unsatisfying to me. The Titans, on the other hand, never purported to be anything more than forces of nature. The Titans were largely Elder Dragon-esque in a way, right? A little bit more. Kind of they have this corrupted sapience about them, this weird, strange, almost lyrical way of speaking that you can't quite grasp. But they never purported to be anything that much more fascinating. So, like, I don't really mind. What upsets me with the Lee story is it kind of felt like a lot of lost potential, and it felt like an insincere way of tackling that archetype, that kind of character, and really explaining why these are toxic, poisonous entities in society. It didn't do any of that. It went very shallow and very lame and very fucking, like, 12-year-old. Like, and when you're dealing with serious subject matter and the devs don't seem to have a serious understanding of it, that was really brutal. And that's when the game really lets you down, because it's like, oh fuck, like don't trust if it seems there's going to be sophisticated storytelling, if you're going to get these bigger characters. So that I think there's a difference there. And I'm okay with the Titans being a bit silly and cartoony. I really, I actually distinctly remember in my Let's Play of Janthir Wilds, I didn't even really mind Decima. Decima in particular felt like she came out of an Invader Zim cartoon or something, right? Like, I didn't really mind until, like, the detail work on, okay, what... Are they the White Mantle? Are they not the White Mantle? Are they being forged? Or how are they... Like, all those details completely falling apart? That was brutal, all right? So that's where I most criticize the Titan thing. The rest of it, I don't really mind. So, moving back. So the Mabon stuff. You say it's boring because he's dead, and the past has no impact on the current world and the plot going forward. I have to say, I completely disagree with that. It's really fun to look at the past. Like look at Visions of Eternity. This guy hasn't seen the Visions of Eternity Let's Play, right? He's going to see this in, like, what, 20 videos or something. But VOE it's captivating to see. The Seers are all dead, but it's been really fun to look at their history. It's been really fun to see what Sidoni did. And you could argue, well, that's because his Garen is still alive. Maybe that's a fair argument. But then looking into the Masata history in general was fun. Is that just because Dada is still alive out there somewhere? Someone we've never even met? No, I think it's more than that. I think it doesn't matter that Mabon was dead. And by the way, what is death? In the context of Tyria, what is dead? It's a fantasy setting where the devs tell you that they're completely cognizant, normal, unchanged people that are just wandering around in an afterlife now, and that they can casually flip back and forth between various afterlives. I mean, we leave Janthir Wilds with the impression that Mabon is fine. Yeah, he's dead and he looks like a ghost, but he still thinks like he used to. He still acts like he used to, and he's just casually hopping around, keeping an eye on the Foundry, keeping an eye on knives. And I don't argue any of this is great setting work, by the way. I don't think that's good for the world building. I think that's bad. I think dead should be dead. Dead should have some meaning. But the reality is, the fact that Mabon died in Secrets of the Obscure doesn't mean that I'm suddenly disinterested in him in Janthir Wilds. All of that said, I do think it was a bit offbeat. So like I say, guys, I just played that instance in the thing, in the pit, with, you know, Isgarin telling you to stay in range, and he insults you if you run out of range and stuff. And you know how that instance ends? This Into the Valley of Shadow instance ends? It ends with the revelation that the little wisp-like thing we were following was Mabon. Oh my god! And they play like this swelling, you know, music. I guess is Mabon's theme or something. And I'm not keyed into it emotionally, right? Like, it's the Belinda thing to me again. I'm not emotionally connected to any characters in this game because the screen time is too short. Because, you know, you can say, oh, Mabon was alive in Secrets of the Obscure. We got a whole expansion with him. But no, come on, be real with me. No, you didn't. You had like 3 instances. Mabon's dead by the end of Skywatch. You've got all the Amnatas story, all the Wizard's Tower story, all the Nio story, which constitutes the vast majority of that expansion, by the way, all in which he's dead and gone. You get him for 1 map and, you know, a couple of side achievements. Most of his story is posthumous. So, you know, I'm just not keyed into... Like, and the big thing that really let me down with Mabon was, again, it was like the Paitha thing again. It was like Paitha... They were saying, oh, is Paitha good? Is she bad? Oh, she's good. And then in Janthir Wilds, there was a good chunk there where it was, oh, is Mabon good? Is he bad? Oh, what's this suspect history of his? What might he have done? Oh, no, he's just good. And that was the real letdown for me. I don't dislike the Mabon storyline because he was dead already. Because I don't know what that really means in the first place. But even if he was, I still think it would be captivating. I think going into Tyria's history is in general still a good idea. It's just, you know, they never wrote anything edgy or, you know, anything worth writing, you know. It was all very timid, very safe, very paint by numbers, very guardrailed, very HR, right? And they did that after teasing that maybe there was something more with Mabon, and that's what kind of let me down there with that. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, that's just the starting bit here. So the guy opened and said both Secrets of the Obscure and Janthir Wilds were disappointing. Well, so here's what he thinks continuing that. Secondly, this has been a problem with Guild Wars 2 from the beginning, but the open world and the story content was simply too easy. I know personal story instances are often tuned to be easy for sure, but Janthir Wilds was extra brain dead. I remember watching some Path of Fire streams with people new to the game, and they were legit struggling with some of the instances. I want to pause there, by the way. What does that mean? Were they having fun? Because, you know, like, for me to have a bit of pushback in the mechanics would be fun. But if it's too hard, if I'm struggling, I don't... Like, again, it just comes down to this thing. There's too much variance in build quality, in gameplay quality across all the players in this game. And until they deal with that, by looking at the core experience... They're gonna have the most neutered possible baseline thing, and the only other escape valve to that is like having modes where, you know, normal players, the default mode is like baby mode, infantile mode, or whatever they call it now. I can't remember what is it called. And then there's another mode for people who play a lot of the game. It's sort of A or B. There's no other way around that, I think. Anyway, These Titan fights, it's a joke. And not just the story instances, but the convergences also. There's no thought behind the combat mechanics. I don't think this is fair. I think this is too doomery. Literally, less to think about or engage with compared to Tequatl on Morgemoth. That's not true. Before power creep start. Oh, before power creep? Well, but that's an unfair comparison. We only have the game that we have to play, and the game we have to play is full of the power creep, right? Let alone Suwon. Suwon is excellent. I'll give you that for sure. That's undeniable. I really hope they can figure something, but that's like the apex of 10 years of storytelling. It had best be, right? I really hope they can figure out something with the DR, and Suwon was highly controversial for how engaging it was at launch. I really hope they can figure out something with the DRM format. Make story instances hard mode repeatable with rewards. Daily or weekly, since we don't want people soloing instances all day. And achievements, maybe adventure-like leaderboards with clear times. I get that the whole Icebrood saga wasn't received that well, but I love the DRM format, and I don't really understand why they thought it was a failure. I don't think it was a fault of the DRM, it's just the story that came out, which was not well received. Anyways, I recently finished VOE's story, and I was quite enjoying it so far. I'm looking forward to see what you think about the VODs. Again, there's a lot to respond to. I'm just going to talk about DRMs for a second, okay? I'm going to give you guys the truth about DRMs, all right? Right? I'm being very arrogant there. I'm being very dogmatic. I'm being very, you know, and some of you will disagree with what I'm about to say. But the truth about DRMs is this. They were good, but the context through which we got them and the way in which players were incentivized to play them dragged them down. And most people just don't really have the, they haven't really scrutinized that. So when people say they hate DRMs, what they hate is that we were told the Icebrood Saga was as good as a full-blown expansion, a paid expansion experience, and then the majority of the Icebrood Saga was DRMs. DRMs are not on the quality of a full-blown expansion experience. DRMs did not give us new maps. DRMs took us to pre-existing core tier locations that people were bored of. And yeah, it's nice to reuse that. But for mainline new story experiences, it wasn't good enough to just go back to core tier spots. It felt really low budget. And when the expectation was shit like Grothmar, the expectation was shit like Bureau Marches, okay? So that's where they started to get a bad rep. And they got an even worse rep when there wasn't really any other content in those patches except for those. And if you were like a dedicated player, if you were going for the achievements, you were being asked to grind them. You were being asked to do them over and over and over and over again. And it put a bad taste into people's mouths because the bar was very, very low for what people were expecting. And then they had to do it over. So if you ask someone just casually, like, do you remember DRMs? What do you think about them? It's not positive memories for them. But... and that's fine. That's what people are going to say. But the reality is DRMs themselves, as a storytelling format, where it is a bit engaging, where you do have time limits that you can opt into, where you do have, you know, extra modifiers that can make the enemies tankier or more deadly or give them boons that you can opt into and be meaningfully rewarded for that stuff, that was actually all excellent. The actual idea of the DRMs... this guy's right. Sorry, I've forgotten your name. This long comment. It's been so long since this is your name. Tay is right. DRMs are actually really good. They're not a failure. And if Arenanet had found a way to take the core of DRMs and integrate those just like baseline into the storytelling of mini X-Packs and EOD as well, frankly, I believe in it. I think you're right. I do believe in them. And I do think DRMs had a lot to offer. The term DRM obviously needs to go away, though. One, because it has the baggage from people who kind of have this shallow take about it. But also, like, even just semantically, it doesn't work. Dragon response missions, when I'm dealing with something about Ancora and the Seers, it has no meaning, right? So, a rebrand, but to salvage what was very good about it, and integrate it into baseline story, there is real potential in that. There is definitely a good idea there. And it could resolve one of the biggest issues that I just opened this video talking about with Guild Wars 2. So I would be keen to see it. I would love to see a blog post from Arenanet saying, hey, remember DRMs? We actually believe in them. There was a lot we thought that worked. But like ABC, just illustrate shit. Just communicate things, you know? And I think it could work. And yes, it's a crime. Well, a crime. It's an unfortunate casualty that, if you talk about DRMs amongst Guild Wars 2 players, they're just going to say, they're terrible, get rid of them forever. But and I guess that warps the devs' view, you know. But who knows? Maybe they themselves have other reasons they didn't like them. But yeah, I think that you're onto something there. Anyways, I just finished VOE story. I'm quite enjoying it. I'm looking forward to seeing what you think about it in the VODs. So we'll see what Tay thinks as time goes forwards. Next, I've got these 2 comments. So Guild Wars Reforged stuff is going on. I currently still have no plans to do a big series about Reforged. I have to say, I've held my tongue on this in the Discord and stuff. People have been talking about it in the Discord. The Guild Wars 1 Twitter is currently being incredibly cringy and Zoomerish. Really weird, trying to hype people up for Reforged. I've said my piece on Reforged. I don't think it's worth much hype right now. If you have a Steam Deck and you want to play on controller, I'm not going to take that away from you. Have fun with it. I think it's going to be very, very cool. And at the end, it is a moment where there are lots of players around, so hopefully that will feel fun. If that's what you've been waiting for, and you're looking for like a co-op experience rather than a hero henchman experience, there's good reasons to play Reforged. For me, I'm not looking for any of that stuff. I don't have a Steam Deck. I don't have a Steam controller. I've done all the content in the game. It's not a project I'll be dealing with. I wish it the best of luck, and if and when Arenanet have more, we'll see. Anyway, that's coming up in a few days. But I just wanted to highlight this. Dr. SCW actually dropped some comments on my... These are 2 different comments on 2 different videos that I covered with Reforged. He watched the short 20-minute original showcase I did, not the expanded 2-hour-long back and forth. He watched the 20-minute one, and then he watched the later Q&A I did, which was about an hour, maybe, I don't know. So anyway, the first comment is in the mini video, the opening one. And he said, by the way, just to point out, WP, you mentioned at such and such timestamp that I did the beta controls back in April. That's not true. That was my son. Wow. SCW Jr. He also did a pretty cool set for Guild Wars 2 before that. I had no idea. That's quite cool. And then the other thing here, he says, hi, WP. One way to think of the Guild Wars situation is that games live and die on look and feel. Look is what most people think of when they think remake or remaster. So we didn't call it that. There you go, because it doesn't really look any different. But the changes we did to the UX, we think, really improved the feel of the game. Unfortunately, it's hard to show or to talk about the feel without actually trying to see how it feels. Without actually trying it to see how it feels. And controller support isn't for everyone. Nothing wrong with playing on a mouse and keyboard. After months of internal changes to the UX system, Reforged feels like the right name. Yeah, because refelt wouldn't really work, would it? So there you go. So I actually already read a clarifying comment from him on why they went with the Reforged designation on one of those videos. But there you go. There's another one from him too. You know, and everyone's mileage will vary on how much they like or dislike it. I know that there's a lot of jaded, burned, like, Blizzard players out there, Blizzard fans out there, that have, like, a negative reaction to Reforged. I must admit, I wasn't really familiar with it until, you know, Arenanet came out with it. So maybe you don't like the name on those grounds or whatever. Personally, I think it is suggestive of a bigger patch than it was. I'm still, guys, I promise, getting comments from people on my Guild Wars 1 content saying, oh my god, the remake! You're going to play the remake? Oh my god! You know, I drop those comments, and dreams do come true. People really think it's a remaster or a remake or whatever, and I just don't want them to be disappointed or burned or whatever. There's certain comments I'm getting, like, one guy really sticks out in my mind. He said, what an epic letdown. And that really upsets, you know, that's a shit. I don't want people to feel like they've been given an epic letdown. And I especially don't want them to be guarded next time they hear something cool about Guild Wars 1. Because, you know, they might feel like that was a letdown there. Alright, you know, burn me once and then they won't care anymore. Okay, so, next we got March. By the way, not many more comments, just one more after this. Let me look at live chat here for a second, actually. DRMs were a part of the Champions update of Icebreed Saga, which wasn't that good of an update. Yeah, well, Champions wasn't one update, was it? Champions was update, and then an update, and then an update, and then an update. It just kept going, you know. It was a huge amount. I can't remember how much time exactly. It was at least half a year. It was effectively while they rushed to make EOD. They made all of EOD during that time, right? So, look, as a stalling mechanism, I totally get it, right? Living in the real world where they need to have an expansion. I don't know whether that was pressure from their publisher or whatever, but they realized they have to. Like, I think they were an excellent stopgap, right? They got a bad rap. Okay, March says, I often find myself rolling a new character just to play through the personal story, usually up to about Claw Island. I, however, almost never replay Living World or expansion stories, and I realized it's because the beginnings of the personal story truly felt like personal level stakes, give or take. They're smaller scale, they make the world feel more alive with various characters and plot lines all over the place. We're not walking around with an army, god-level beings, or ancient wizards. I know from a narrative perspective that it would be harder to recapture, but I wish there was more of that in recent expansions. Even in VOE, when we're washed up on a magical island, we suddenly have numerous Astral Ward and Priory scholars helping us out. Secrets of the Obscure tried that power level reset, but I wouldn't say it worked out at all. I just want to have another storyline where we're interacting with everyday citizens and getting to see these characters live lives in Tyria. And Sky Gradient says, yeah, the whole commander thing is pretty tired at this point. It's funny that Sky says that, because I actually don't think that that's a problem with the main character anymore, with us, with Liss. Like, Liss isn't treated as a god. Liss isn't... Careful, WP, what are you saying here? I was going to say, Liss isn't treated with any special reverence. She's just kind of an adventurer now, right? She's the Wayfinder or whatever. But actually, some of the most captivating things about the VOE story, I think, are treating her with reverence. Namely, Vlox, right? Vlox respects the fuck out of us and everything we've done, and we're being treated in that. And I'm really liking those elements, actually. So, I don't know. Do I really believe that? I don't know about the whole commander thing, but look, I get what you mean about the personal story. I think it is a combination of the lower stakes stuff, but it is also the choices. And, you know, we go back to a very old, very tired conversation here. I don't think you're wrong to notice this, March. Look, let's be honest about this. When they were making Guild Wars 2, they knew that having a real RPG where the choices you made mattered was important to people. And they tried to bring that to the MMO scene. It was kind of their whole bag. If they were trying to innovate in many ways, messing with the Trinity and all this kind of stuff, the action combat, the dodge roll, they were doing a lot right. But if there was any one thing, that defined everything they were doing about Guild Wars 2, that was the thing. It was your story, and because it hit multiple things. It wasn't just about the personal story where you'd have choices and various instances branching, right? Which harkens back to what they were trying to do with Utopia, right? But it was like even dynamic events. Dynamic events were supposed to be you matter. What you did actually changed the world. It's not like a little kill 10 rats quest in a log. You actually saved Beetleton. You actually stopped this place from burning down. You actually stopped this water from being poisoned. So now the crops being sold at this vendor over in this other area are not poisoned apples. They're regular apples. That's not it. Technically, the vendor wouldn't sell anything. You're actually changing the world. You matter. Your personal story matters. The dynamic events matter. That was the thing, right? And they basically and they tried to keep going as well with Living World. Now, I think we can all look back on Living World Season 1 as a bad idea, as a failed experiment, as, you know, especially when it lent on fear of missing out gameplay, which I think is very antithetical to who Arenanet are and what they are now in hindsight. We can all say it was a failure, but it was more to continue this idea of Tyria changing, Tyria mattering. And you being able to have an impact on the world. The fact is, all these experiments kind of failed on different scales. And if any of these failed more than any of the others, Living World still kind of lives on a little, right? Dynamic events still give you a little taste of that, especially with the bigger metas. But the personal story is something that they just said no. They said, no, we're going to have one long linear storyline now. That's what Living Worlds storylines do. That's what expansions do. And it's no surprise to me that you keep replaying the early stuff because you kind of have choices. So I think it's that more than it's the small scale stuff. Because I do think that there's plenty of small scale stuff in modern storytelling. There is. Look at the opening act of Visions of Eternity. We were in Lion's Arch, dealing with Saida, talking about the Captain's Council. We had a little moment where, you know, the 9 professions, you got a different opening. And they were all fun moments. Maybe the point is that it's just one little instance and then you're done. But in the personal story, there's like at least 3 acts of small stuff. But are there? I mean, there's some big ideas. The Infinity Ball is a big idea. That's an early storyline thing, right? Act 3 is already dealing with the Orders and fighting against Zaitan's minions and other Elder Dragon minions. I don't know. I think there's a coziness that I know what you're talking about. The coziness might also come from the side-by-side cutscenes, which I'm a bigger believer in these days. I don't know. It's tricky to diagnose, but I think it's more that they walked back the idea of the personal story altogether. And this would be very interesting, right, when it comes to Guild Wars 3. Will they try again? The thing is as well, right, like quality is a thing as well. The personal story really works for the first 3 acts, and then it falls down after that. All the Orders storylines are way too crunched and small and low quality. The Lesser Races acts are too small and crunched and low quality. And then when you get into Victory or Death, not Victory or Death, what's it called? Chapter 7 and 8. Where are they here? Forming the Pact and Victory or Death. And the Battle of Claw Island to an extent as well, sorry. These, once you get to these, they're very linear. Yes, you get some small variations, but, yeah, I don't know. What I will just leave this on is I don't blame VOE for the scale of its storytelling. I've really enjoyed it. I really like Vlox with his worldwide ambitions and his fears for the next generation, and I like hearing about these big epic wars. I don't want them to go small scale all the time. I don't know. Maybe there's just a balance. I've always felt like a really good thing for these expansions would be a domestic arc. Like, I feel like if every expansion started with a whole arc in Corteria, where I'm dealing with what the Priory is, you know, what's going on with the Priory, or it's a domestic thing where it's just what's going on in Ratasum, or it's just what's going on in Divinity's Reach, or it's just what's going on in the Black Citadel, that would be epic. And what do I mean by an arc? I mean, like I would say VOE has 2 arcs. It has 2 acts, right? Visions of Eternity Act 1, Act 2. I feel like there should be an Act 0, and it's a domestic one, right? And it's Priory, Whispers, Vigil, or, you know, there's 3 of them, or there's 5 of them. And yeah, I seriously mean everything. I know what that means. That means we're talking about a crazy amount of content, because we're talking about doing so much fucking stuff for, you know, the splits for all of the orders, or split 5 ways for all the races. I know, I'm asking for heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of content. But that's where I'm at, right? Like these 2-act thing, I know they're mini X-packs and we pay less for them and it's once per year and all that kind of stuff, so. But that's where I'm at for what I would like for a really satisfying RPG. And if you guys are looking for that and an MMO, I'm telling you, come join me for Final Fantasy XIV. Watch my Realm Reborn playthrough and watch out for the Heaven's Ward one coming up, because that game delivers. Okay, Daniel A.P. Sama. This is the last comment here. Says, I've got to say, I had a completely different experience this expansion with fishing than you, WP. I've been super into squad fishing for the chance of getting the infusion. I've learned a fair bit about fishing. I found out there's a sort of community to it. I'd see the same faces all the time. There's always good vibes in the chat. It reminded me of the old days I spent in the fishing guild in RuneScape. I do agree that it takes too much attention. I would love to see if they made some changes. Do you know what? You're right. There is a big thing going on with fishing here, and I've missed out on all of this. So yeah, this did not appear in my Let's Play, guys. I think on day 1. What's it called? Can anyone tell me? If I just type in fusion, will it come up? Confetti. No, I can't remember what it's called. I'm kind of relying on the live chat right now. What is the infusion called? Swim, maybe? It's not just swim, is it? Basically, guys, VOE did add a new infusion. It doesn't come from the metas. It comes from fishing. Oh, there you go. The chromatic bubble ones. Thank you. From Kroll. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you even did it as a whisper. Here, this. Chromatic bubble wand. An exceedingly rare item acquired by... Oh, it is from the metas, actually. Acquired from the metas or fishing? Question mark? So, it's not very good looking, by the way. It's very subtle. I remember seeing this on, like, day one or whatever. I guess people are trying to fish it up. Oh, no, no, no. The ethereal aquarium. Is that it? Here you go. An exceedingly rare item acquired by fishing in Castora and by converting the elusive jelly crab. There you go. The ethereal aquarium. Yeah, someone whispered me a few days ago that they got this. Yeah, double click to select an account-bound ethereal sea life infusion. I have to be honest, guys. I was wondering if this was a decoration. You know, because I believe in that. You know, I love the game Fallout 76. I really do. And one of the things that's fun about it is you go off and do events and you can get decorations for your house. And it's like, cool. And I want more of that from Guild Wars. Like, rare shit. And it's like, yeah, I got this rarely because I did X meta event. And, you know, on the gem store, just so that you guys know, and we'll be talking about the gem store more in a minute, they've got this, the underwater homestead package. Have you guys seen this? Got the new homestead videos. So obviously there's underwater here. I hadn't really thought about that, but there's not much underwater in the tundra from last year. This year there's more, so you can buy... these are all decorations. I don't know what they look like when you put them out of the water. But anyway, I'd love an aquarium. I think, honestly, a really great feature for an upcoming Mini X pack would be like a zoo or a Beastmaster discipline, Zookeeper discipline or something, where I can craft minis into decorations and, you know, not necessarily spending the mini in the process, but... and I can actually, like, fill up my guild hall. Like, I can fill up my homestead with different animals. I think that'd be so cool. Please make that a thing, Arenanet. And, you know, they could sell shit like that on the gem store. But yeah, so fishing. I haven't seen any squads for this in LFG. I assume that they're out there, though. And yeah, that's quite fun. And I have to say, one of my most cherished experiences fishing in this game, seriously, was when End of Dragons came out. And the fishing was very... popular at Amnoon. You would fish at Amnoon during the day, and then at nighttime you would fish in Kaineng, and you had these big squads for it. It was really chill, really relaxed, and you could earn a lot of money from the ancient ambergris on that too, which still has a lot of value, by the way, and I have no idea why. What is the sink for ancient ambergris that everyone is spending so much on? Anyway, there you go. So there's a little thing about VOE that I never put in the LP. There you go, guys. Much chit-chat and talk and waffle about nothing, but there it is. Okay, so some other little things to talk about here. So, by the way, I'm not just going to... So, should we craft the legendary now? Yeah, let's do it. So, I'm going to... Speaking about fishing and all that, just to sum up, at launch, they gave you legendary weapons. In season... What was the order here? In season 2, they gave you the first legendary back piece. It was this, and then later there was a PvP one, and later there was a World vs. World one, and last year there was Orax. I think I have all the back pieces. I don't think I'm missing any of those. In Season 3, they gave you Aurora. In Season 4, they gave you Vision. They also gave you an amulet from PvP. Or... in the Icebrood Saga, they gave you an amulet in PvE, the Prismatic Champions Regalia. So one or the other for you. I have both, it seems. In World vs. World, they gave you Conflux, I think. In Raids, they gave you Coalescence, I think, right? But a lot of people don't want to World vs. World for a ring. So you'll get a ring this year. I think the next Visions of Eternity patch is going to give you another ring. At launch, you also had underwater weapons. with the start of raiding, they gave you legendary armor. The envoy stuff. And then there's also a World vs. World set. And there's also... actually, there's 2 World vs. World sets and 2 PvP sets. I have some of all of them, but on medium and heavy. So you had the armor. What is left? We have full legendary. We are purple in every slot, except the Aqua Breather. Through all these long years, 14 years, is that right? 14 years of Guild Wars 2, there has not been a legendary Aqua Breather. The best you could do is get an ascended one, such as this, with this bubble skin. Put a swim speed infusion in it if you like. I've got a +10 in there and a rune of leadership. Oh, there are also legendary runes. And then there's legendary sigils. Sorry, I'm showing you the sigils there already. Those are all things as well. And there's a legendary relic as well, which many of us got for free if we had been playing actively. So we kind of, veterans got a bit of a bonus there. So yeah, there's the runes, the sigils, the relics. This is it, guys. Okay, so technically, since runes and sigils are a thing, it is possible to have a legendary enrichment for an amulet they could do one day. There are enrichments with, like, visuals, but there are no account-bound ones, and there are no stat-swappable ones. So you could have a legendary enrichment one day, and then, of course, there's infusions too. So, like, a ring can have 3 infusions. There are no... are there legendary coloured? Are there purple coloured? I don't think there are. Anyway, there's no account-bound infusions, and there's no stat-swappable infusions, which, can I just say, people would really like. So they could possibly do that as well. But as far as major slots are concerned, and then I guess you could do legendary gathering tools, I guess. But as far as major slots are concerned, all right, Aqua Breather. Aqua Breather is the last thing. I've done various videos over the years talking about, oh, I'm full infused, I'm full legendary, I'm full this, I'm full that. You know, some of the most popular videos, I was there, guys. I was there when the dark magic was written at the launch of Guild Wars 2. I know what videos were popular at launch. And do you know what videos were popular? When people rushed a legendary weapon and did a video just showing it off, right? And so here we are at the end of all things. We're going to fill in this last slot. So throughout the course of the Let's Play, you saw me earn this Agalius. Agalius is the precursor. Already, by the way, Agalius has some visuals you guys told me about. We're going to throw this in the Mystic Forge with a gift of Castoran Mastery, a gift of the Survivors, and a gift of the People. So how do we get all of those? Well, first of all, throughout the course of the series, Lias has unlocked a few things from map comp, from doing achievements, and so on. So she's got these components. If I want to go make Ancora again after this, I have to buy these back, and they cost a lot of gold and karma. So your first legendary this expansion is subsidized. It's cheaper. So make your choice, guys. Which one are you going to go for? So how they all fit together, I'm not entirely sure. I have a wiki page open here. So the precursor is called Agalius. I don't know what it means. Aglius. The actual legendary is called Selachimorpha. So like Chimera will change your shape, morph in there. I don't know what Sela really means. Anyway, it's gonna like kind of make us look like a shark. It's gonna give us fins. Apparently, if you're a char, it looks even bigger and more badass and awesome because like you get extra fins on the tail. I'll probably show that off as we go forward. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna make a gift of the Survivors first. Okay. So we make the gift of the Survivors by completing this heart over here. So let's move over on our skim. He forgot rune, sigils, and relics. No, I got to it eventually. We got there eventually. Agalius is an extinct genus of prehistoric shark. Oh, is it? Dude, I love that shit. I love using prehistoric stuff that's not around anymore for, like, world building.
Checked off again. You're amazing at this, Commander.
For my world building thing, I have a continent that's very low magic, right? And like the societies are there. It's for want of a better phrase, more Game of Thronesy than Lord of Ringsy, right? Let's put it that way. It's kind of it's very low fantasy. But I do want a diaspora of races there. Right now, I basically just have humans in various nations. But I kind of want to have some other low magic races. And I've been toying with doing dwarves, which kind of feel very high fantasy. You can take a lot of their like powers away or whatever. The other thing I'd really like to do is Denisovans, right? Which are kind of like this extinct, you know, kind of like Neanderthals. But we know even less about them. We know like from their teeth that they were like big. We know like that there was like one hybrid that crossbred with like a Homo sapien at one point. But I like the idea of doing Denisovans. And I think Denisovans are in some other fantasy games. It's just kind of a cool idea, right? Where you can be quite free with what you invent, like the fantasy to be. But it's still got that real life hook, you know? All right, so we're going to go over to this lady, Sharp Whisker. And she is going to sell us concentrated chromatic sap. Now, this is a hell of a purchase, guys. This is actually one of the biggest purchases you can make in-game, just straight up from an NPC, right? 300,000 karma, first of all. That's not a small amount of karma. 250 gold. That's not a small amount of gold. I only have about 1,000 here to foot the bill here. And 500 sap. That is not the map currency. That's the material. Throughout the entire Let's Play and everything I've done, I've only managed to scrounge together 800. We're going to spend 500 right here on this. That's a big purchase. So I'm going to buy it. That leaves us with 300, by the way, which I can use to unlock Crab Dance or the Endless Tropical Crab Tonic. We can't get both. I'm going to do Crab Dance because it's cheaper. It's only 50. I mean, do these come from events? This shit's expensive, guys. It's very, very, very pricey. There you go. Oh, by the way, off screen, I've also bought all the minis. I've purchased all the minis now. I've also I finished. So another thing I did before shooting this episode was if we just to show you my achievements here now. This is the Castora section. Through most of the Let's Play, this was like still had a lot to fill in. But if you look now, it's done. The only thing this is repeatable and worth 0 AP, and this is maps that don't exist yet. So we're done. The hard ones here was doing the Extremis armor and the Restless Captain armor. So this is the Extremis set here Liz is wearing. I think it is most ugly. But I'll wear it for you all. This is from Starlit Weld. Let's take off our thing here. Very, very, very ugly. Obviously, the dyes are a bit gross there. But bear with me. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I sort of like the helmet just for the novelty of it looking a bit weird. We'll see whether this stuff is more fun once fashion templates come out. But I'm a bit disappointed in VOE, I have to say, because it's been so difficult to get these armor sets. Like, you have to do a lot of adventures. And you have to do a lot of mirrors, and you have to do a lot of just general events. And the meta event, you have one chance per day to get the chest piece token, one chance, and it's very rare. So what I actually did for most of this Extremis armor is I did World versus World and PvP. So this was a whole other thing that's happened actually. With you guys, the Spuds, those of you who have been joining the guild, I played PvP. I've basically sworn off of that game mode, but I played a shit ton of it. I did push. Yeah, so the push game mode came out technically as a part of last expansion. I wrote it off. I said they shouldn't be splitting the player base. They should be doing conquest updates. They should, you know, it's a waste of time. And I did not play it. I did not play the new map. It's called the Sunjiang Backstreets. So there were a bunch of achievements here for me to get. Bulldozer and all of these sub-achievements, all of this. I hadn't done any of it, and I had no intention to do any of it. However, last week was a PvP rush event, which meant you could complete reward tracks really quickly in PvP. So I got together with some of you guys, the viewers, and just people I PvP'd with in the past. We did some Spud Guild missions, and I played push. I did the PvP reward tracks and the event. The reward tracks gave me the Extremis armor, so I didn't have to get lucky from the meta event. That was quite a mouthful there, but hopefully you guys followed along with all of that. So, yeah, I kind of just got it done for free because I did the PvP rush thing. And I spent my time in Push. What is my review of Push, I hear you ask? I could have done a dedicated video on it. I could have captured footage. It was awful. I have the exact same opinion. It was a waste of time. Like, they've got some nice ideas in there. There was clearly, like, an art budget. The map itself is a joy, right? And, you know, there's the little panels that you interact with that can give you stacking buffs, and you can trigger a sky hammer on the cart. But it was a waste of time. I played maybe 40 games all told, probably. I would say out of those 40 games, 30 of them were a steamroll stomp. Like, I was playing with Spuds, right? I'm washed. I don't know PvP anymore. We just played random builds, and we just stomped everyone, or we got stomped. It wasn't fun. It wouldn't have been fun for anyone who was playing against us, because they just had absolutely no hope. And then when the other players actually knew how to play, because we don't know how to play, we're not good at the game. And when the other people did know how to play, we got stomped. There were maybe 10 back and forth matches in there. And what can I say? Was it fantastic? Was it way better than Stronghold? No. Was it way better than Conquest? No. Was it way better than fucking Courtyard, Deathball? No. Was there a diversity of experience there? You know, side noding and team fighting and stuff? No, 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 no. It wasn't worth it. Sorry. I'm a complete doomer about it. They're wasting their time. I do believe in sort of a casual grab baggy festival type game mode where this could go into the rotation, I suppose. But as a dedicated thing that you can literally just say, oh, I only ever want to play Push in Unranked, no. So, yeah, I don't really have high opinion there. But I got some AP from it, and I got my Extremis armor from it. The other thing that then left me with was the Restless armor set, which was the set from the first map. And I actually think this looked really pretty on my human. I thought it looked very, very, very cool. There's how it looks on Asura. Let's see if the dyes are off. This is a very pretty set. Again, I kind of wish I got it early in VOE, so I was wearing it throughout VOE. And I was missing stuff for this, so I went to World versus World for this one. And I actually had fun. I was roaming for a bit, and then I was zerging for a bit. There's a lovely cloth physic on the veil in front of Liss's face there. You guys might have to full screen to see that and wait for her to do a good animation as it moves around. But yeah, this is a good little set here. And, you know, I'll happily wear this for the rest of this episode. Why not? Let's show it off. And so, yeah, that finished off my Castoran achievements. So there you go. That's a whole long roundabout way of summing up some of the shit I've been doing in-game. Shipwreck... Okay. Shipwreck Strand, we've done everything. These are daily jumping puzzles that aren't worth anything. There is an achievement here. It's called Not a Scratch. If you look, I have 2 achievements pinned. I have the audio cover for Janthir Wilds, which I already talked about, which is last year. And then I have this, Not a Scratch. I will come back to that once we've made the legendary. Starlit Weld is completely finished. What was missing in the last episode? I can't remember what was missing. Renown Hearts, the base stuff's done. Castoran Culture is done. Weekly Rifts is whatever. Mastery Insights is done. For the repeatables, I've got nearly all of this finished now. Tomorrow, I will get the expedition, the Priory Expedition finished. The day after that, I will get the Glimmering Arches finished. And the day after that, I will have the Untamed Crags finished. I already have like 10 out of 15 and stuff. So that's it. I mean, really, guys, the expansion is done. This is just a little humble braggy...
Haha, look at what I've wasted my life on.
Little moment for you all. But yeah, VOE's done for me, basically. Just a couple of hearts over the next couple of days. With the exception of this, Not a Scratch. Okay, back to the legendary. Right, so we bought the Chromatic Sap. We bought the thing. What else do we need? No, that's it. We're ready now. We're ready. So we need to go to Castaway Agnes. I don't know where Agnes is. Is she over here, maybe? Let's have a look. Are you Agnes? No, that's the Quartermaster. Are you Agnes? No, you're a mage. Let's look on the wiki where Agnes is. She is a Norn found at the Whole Garden. Oh, right. Oh, is she just the heart NPC? So you'll see here that I did the Glimmering Arches Heart today because I still have repeatable stuff to do. I didn't bother with Whole Garden today because I'm done, like, fully done with it. But having said that, maybe I need to do it now to do this,
Hey, friend. Always excited to see your face.
craft.
Means work's gonna get done. Nothing better.
Okay, here you go. So she will sell us the Gift of the Survivors now. So it's 500 map currency, which is nothing, by the way. It's very odd to me that they only ask for 500 map currency, but they also ask for 500 of the material, when the material, every one of the material is worth 5 map currency. Surely this should be asking for like 2,500 for it to be equivalent, no? Anyway, 500, not that I think that would be balanced or fun, but you know. The compass that we got from doing all the achievements on this map, the turtle that we got for doing map completion, and the sap we just bought. So there you go. There you have it. The Gift of the Survivors. That's going to go with the headpiece. It's that easy. Now we just got to do the same thing for map 2. So let's head over to the Starlit Weld. We got to do another big purchase, another 250 gold. We're looking for a Patron of the Magical Arts plaque. Major Emund might sell it. Let's have a look. No, that's the Gift of the Elders. That's the ultimate thing. Is it going to be over here, maybe? Let's see what this guy's got for me. Almost 50k achieved, says Vito in chat. Sorry, guys, I'm being so bad with chat again. Oh, Boots is there as well. Hey, man. Have you done the Nashblade adventure? No, we'll be doing that in a minute. We're doing that in a minute. And we'll see your crazy score, I'm sure, whatever it is. Okay, so here, check it out. Huntsmaster Arnor, Patron of the Magical Arts, and again, 300,000 karma. It's not a small amount. The new players are going to be struggling with some of these sinks. I'm fortunate enough to have played too much, so it's okay for me. 250 gold, liquid. Some people have been complaining about these big liquid purchases, and I want to point out, there has always been a lot of liquid just asked for with legendary crafting, like runestones, right? Icy runestones, or the newer ones, draconic runestones, is that right? But I guess in those cases, you can buy them piecemeal. You can work your way up. Here, it's just 250 coins straight up, which maybe is a mistake. Maybe Arenanet should have just said 250 runestones, you know. And that way people can slowly work on it, steadily working. Anyway, so this is going to cost 500 raw enchanting stone. And you'll see, on the previous map, I had managed to scrounge together about 800 sap just from playing. This map I have substantially less. I only managed to scrounge together 500. Well, 600 almost. So, yeah. I don't know why I have so much less on this map. We're over the threshold, thankfully. So this whole legendary all told, aside from the gold and getting this lucky infusion drop, has been kind of effortless for me so far. You know, I was going to get these things done anyway. I was going to do the achievements anyway, so it's nice that I got a bunch of components. And I've just about done the meta enough, and I've done events enough that I got over the 500 threshold without having to actively farm. See, so Kerry, she got Ancora on like week 1 or week 2, and she had to farm to get up to that 500. For me, playing kind of casually, Visions of Eternity is about a month old now, and playing casually over the month has got me there to the legendary. So I think that's maybe interesting. Anyway, there you go. There's also the augmented Swiftwing Mini, who I bought off screen, by the way. And then I would get this shocked emote, and I would get the Choya tonic, but they both cost a lot more, and I don't have it. People have been telling me again, though, you can get this from doing the Choya race just regularly, so I'm trying to like get into the habit of doing that. Like when I'm on this map, when I see the big pop-up in the middle of the screen saying the blah 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 has got first place in the Great Choya race, whenever I see that, I think, okay, quick, go over to the race and do it, because that means the race is up. It means it will have been up for a while because someone's already got first place, but you know, usually the timer is such that you've got plenty of time to get there. It's not a very long race anyway. Okay, so having bought that, what else do we need? We need a Bloodstone Shard and a Gift of the Mists. Oh my god, I need a Gift of the Mists. This could be ruined. Can I actually do it? Oh, I should have prepared. I think I should be fine. All right, let's just take it one step at a time here. Okay, so let's go to Lion's Arch. It's like your daily Griffin races. Yeah, it kind of is, yeah.
There's a power.
You know, I never did get. There was that a tonic, I think, right? And there's an endless gin tonic from a very specific season 4 map that I never got. Still to this day, I never got it. It was like a group event that you had to do daily. All right, so Miani.
You're here to help.
And I always like to do my legendary crafting here in old LA. Absolutely. Look at how pretty the depth blur and stuff looks back there. This map's so good. And high frame rate too, ironically, because it was remembered as such a low frame rate place. Okay, we need a bloodstone shard for 200 spirit shards. So I'll grab that. What else am I looking for here? Hold on, is this right? No, guys, no, I think I'm making Ancora right now. I think I've just crossed the wires.
Don't ask me if anything lives down there. You've got a deal.
I think I've just made a mistake, and we're actually okay. Yeah, ignore me. I was prepared for this. I've slipped into Ancora. That thing I was about to buy was for that. I believe. Okay. Sounds like a visit to the Black Line Market is going with the Black Line event. So yeah, sorry, I still haven't said this out loud. I've been meaning to say it out loud the entire goddamn stream. There is a Black Line event going on at the moment as well. As soon as the PvP rush ended, this week's had an event, and I'm gonna squeeze that in here on this episode. So we'll see what that is in just a moment. So don't worry, it's not an entire thing dedicated to that.
Under pressure truly brings out the best
yeah, look.
in you, Commander.
Okay.
The locals even prefer your concoctions over Pax's. That'll remain our little secret. Wouldn't want to upset.
Here you go. So we buy the gift of the people. So that big thing I just bought for the 250 gold from the Huntsman Norn, that's the patron of the magical arts. We combine that with the gift of the exploration, the Seer Wreath of Service, which you hopefully remember me getting in a previous episode. And again, just 500 map currency. And I have 2,500. Actually, exactly 2,500. That's quite odd, isn't it? So there you go. So we get the gift of the people. All right. And we'll just ignore the Bloodstone Shard for now, I guess. So there you have it. So that's the the gift of the survivors, the gift of the people. We're just missing this last item now. What is that last item? It is the gift of Castoran Mastery. So, what is the most simple thing? Actually, okay, Bloodstone Shard, because I knew there was a Bloodstone Shard in it, right? It's a Bloodstone Shard. It's 250 Obsidian Shards, which, by the way, I'm actually finally starting to... My stockpile of Obsidian Shards used to be obscene, but because I spend them on Provisioners tokens every week, and I don't PvP anymore, I have actually slowly started to go down now. I only have 500 left. So, Bloodstone Shard, Obsidian Shards... So this shell I don't need for anything. I guess. I just have a spare one? Maybe? I don't know. And now we need a gift of adventure and a gift of the seas. So let's do the gift of adventure first. I think the gift of adventure is quite interesting. Okay. So I'm going to go to my bank and I'm going to say Vision Crystal. No. We don't have any there, so we'll buy them off of... we'll craft those, sorry, in a second. Wait, that's bizarre to me. Surely I have Vision Crystals. Oh, it's because they're in materials, aren't they? I'm sure I have Vision Crystals. Yeah, I've got fucking 47 Vision Crystals. Now, that's a lot of Vision Crystals. That's from random Ascended salvaging over the years. By the way, can I just brag about my Bloodstone bricks as well? This is getting a bit account-tory, isn't it? Look at this. I got 166 Bloodstone bricks. Because even gobbling daily, I cannot keep the Bloodstone dust down. So I end up crafting bricks sometimes. I don't have many Dragonite ingots. So many bricks. I could build a house out of those bricks. They should let me do that. They should actually have some decorations that are, you know, bricks. So then there's clovers. Now, before the episode, I went to the effort of actually making these clovers. So I bought these from Lear in the Wizard's Tower after getting some discounted ones from the raid vendor with the magnetite shards and some other discounted ones in the fractal lobby. So 55 clovers. Well, hold on. Let's put these... The way that this is actually going to work is... these are on a lower rung. Right. These two are... we're going to combine 4 here to become this slot and 4 here to become this slot. So right. So it's clovers. It's crystals. Now, here's a really interesting one. This is super interesting, guys. Tale of Adventure. Now, how many of you guys just instinctively, they're in the live chat, right? Or in the YouTube comments, people watching the VOD, how many of you guys instinctively, like, know where these are from and what these are all about, right? Because I looked at these on the recipe list a couple of days ago, and I thought to myself, that's really strange. Tales of Adventure are a currency that came in back or a crafting material that came in back during EOD, as far as I remember, right? And what they are is they're a special reward that you only get from playing story instances. They're specifically from story instances. So if it's your first time beating a story instance, you'll get one of these. If you are repeating a story instance that you've already done on that character, such as what I'm doing on Liz right now for the audio cover, you get 5. So you get 5 times the amount if you're replaying the story on the same character. And they're used throughout the years for various crafts, various legendary, collections and crafts and things. But what's interesting is Arenanet always priced things really, really, really low. So effectively, they were just a convolution with no value, right? They didn't do anything interesting to the economy. They didn't actually encourage people to replay story instances in the same way that perhaps, say, key farming does for Blackline keys, that people do to this day. Tales of Adventure are just kind of there, right? Because they never really asked you for many of them. They are on the trading post as well, by the way, so you could just buy them on the TP. And this is a way, I guess, to earn money from story stuff, if the syncs exist. Now, here's the thing. I was looking over, what we've been asked historically in recipes. So last year, they asked for 25. The poem on axes asked for 10. The poem on daggers asked for 10. Foci, 10, 10, 10. All these recipes ask for 10, right? A small Canthan cherry tree asks for 1. A Canthan Nyan statue decoration asks for 1. And then suddenly... So in Arborstone, when you're making the Aurene stuff, they ask for 10. There's 10 last year in the Lowland Shore. So 10 was about what it was, and it was never worth anything. Suddenly, guys, we get to this year. We get to Visions of Eternity. And what do we need? We need to... The recipes need to ask for more of these for them to be a hot commodity, right? For them to be worth selling on the trading post. What can I sell them on the trading post for right now? To sell all of the ones I've got would be 75 gold. Hey, that's not bad. Why are people suddenly buying these for a good amount? Because this year, they don't ask for 1... They don't ask for 10. They ask for 100. It's 100 Tales of Adventure in this recipe. 100. Which actually I think is really good, guys. Like, I didn't have enough just off the bat. I actually had to think about it. And I had a moment where, I was playing a game. And it was like, oh, I don't just have these for free. What do I want to do? Do I want to go replay some story? Do I want to buy them off the TP or whatever? And I decided to replay story because I will get this achievement at the same time. So I actually like that. This is new, as far as I can tell. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, please. But as far as I can tell, they have dectupled the requirements this year for Tales of Adventure. But in so doing, they have made it a mechanic. And in so doing that, they have put profit into playing story journal steps, Are we at key farming levels? Well, I wouldn't say so. But I'm gonna make this now, right, with my 100 Tales of Adventure. And now I'm spent. If at some point in the future I want to make the ring, that's as I alluded to earlier, later in the year, if I want to make the ring, or there's other stuff, right? Didn't they mention there's shit tons of legendaries coming this year? And they're all gonna ask for 100 as well. Suddenly, guys, there's good money in this. So, I find that very interesting and quite exciting, actually. Maybe something you guys would like to do. Now, take my advice. If you're looking for a reason to play Guild Wars 2 and you're done with VOE, as I now am, I've spent my month in this. I'm moving on to other stuff, right? But if you want an excuse to keep playing, maybe do some story steps daily. Find short ones, find quick ones, just as you would key farming. And stockpile some of these Tales of Adventure, because I'll tell you guys, in 80 days, when the next patch comes out, and they add another legendary, if it asks for 100, you might earn some tidy money from that, right? And people at that point will have incentive to play story steps. So I don't know. I like the look of that, and that's sort of new to me. There you go, Tales of Adventure. Back to the recipe list. And I'm sure my take on that is a little different to other people's take, which is just a bitch that it's hard. You're making a legendary. Expect it to be hard. Oh, here you go. Evolute says they're very easy to farm. A lot of yapping instances take 5 minutes and give 5. Thank you, Stoic Order. I mean, that's where it gets interesting, right? Are there enough, like, shit instances where you just sit and stand still for a few seconds? I mean, what? So, wait, Evolute, is there, like, a community list already? Is there a spreadsheet of, like, quick instances for Tales of Adventure and a quick buck? Because if there's too many of those, it kind of kills the whole thing again, but, you know. Right. Okay, and then finally, what's the last thing we need? It's unusual coins, which is not a material, it's a currency. So unusual coins are what I've been fishing up from my skimmer locations. Apparently they have a wiki page for Tales of Adventure. There you go, so we could get stuck in on those. So unusual coins, I've got loads of these, as I discussed earlier in the LP. So, easy. But that's not an item, so who do I buy it from? Any quartermaster, apparently. Or Canuck will sell it as well, actually. Where is it? Gift of Adventure. Here you go. It's this one at the top. There you go. Vision Crystal, 55 clovers, 100 Tales of Adventure, and an unusual coin. Sorry, 500 unusual coins. And that's going to go with those. It's going to go with the shard. It's going to go with the shard.
Commander, the scanners are dead. Are you?
So that leaves us now, whoopsie, with the final piece of the recipe, guys. The very, very final piece, which is going to be the Gift of the Seas. So the Gift of the Seas is this. It's the Gift of the Tides. That's where we use this. It's going to be 2 Gifts of Research. Now, for that, we need to go to Miani. So let's go back now. Here's where we get a little bit of core crafting going, and this is where you're going to see I spend the last of the money. So far, we've spent 500 gold. And I'm actually going to take us on a bit of a sidetrack with this. You know what? There's a shit ton of things to say. I've just been talking relentlessly here. And it's not waffle. It's like actually meaningful points of conversation. Well, maybe you guys argue is waffle. I should have held my tongue on that. But there's a whole... And I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough to justify a video, but we've got loads. We haven't even started on the Black Lion thing yet. Okay, so Miani, I need to buy... So the Gifts of... I need 2 Gifts of Research. Oh, do they come out of the forge, I guess, actually. Some of these they just let you buy. Yeah, okay. So we have to forge them. So what we do is go to any crafter. Oh, she's not any, because she's not my you know, one of my long-term goals always has been to max every discipline on lists. I wonder if the economy has got to a point where that would be easy to do. Currently, I do all my crafting usually on my engineer, but spellcaster related stuff Liz has. So Liz has Artificer and Jeweler and Tailor. Right, okay, so this guy, we've got to buy two stacks. Oh my fucking god, no, not that much. Is it just 25 then? Yeah. We got to buy 2 stacks of reagents. So that's 6 gold. And then we got to buy 2 stacks of these. Actually, it's even more than that, isn't it? Which is going to cost a lot of research notes. So bear in mind, make sure you've got a good stockpile of research notes. Research notes are a pain in the dick. I get mine mostly through salvaging Ascendeds where possible now. Because I hate doing the other stuff. But so that's 1 stack. That's 2 stacks. That's 3 stacks. Ah, and we're slightly below. Ah. It's okay, I'll show you how I do it. I have a character, Merlin. This is one of my placeholder Tengu characters. It's weird, I don't usually do content like this where I'm crafting, right? And what I do is I get a research kit. This is all just random Ascendeds that I've had over the years, and I just dumped onto him. I think there's some precursors that I need to be careful about. But, like, I'll just pick one. Like, I don't know, this machined axe. This is technically a Zodger's Reaver. And I just salvage it. And there, we just got, you know, 250 research notes, almost. Here, this is the Mist Cleaver from that. You know, this is one of the Rev weapons from all that time ago. Usually, if they're kind of special, I like to hold on to them. So that's a Zodger's Revolver, so I'll do that. That's how I've been getting my research notes. Okay, back here. And we need to buy 1 more stack of them now. I'm just going to say 25 here. And there you go. Okay, so we've got all of these reagents, right? And then there's also exotic luck needed. 2 stacks of. Thankfully, I stopped eating these earlier in the year. So I've had a bunch of these just sitting around. So I grab these. Oh, this is like a cooking show, isn't it? This is like Ready, Steady, Cook or whatever, where they're like, okay, once you've got everything prepared, look, we have it prepared. We have one that we put on to cook earlier, and they just pull it out of the oven straight away, and it's ready to go. All right? And now we throw them in the forge. Okay, so stack of luck. 2 of those. And there's a gift of research. And usually, most recipes in the game only ask for 1 gift of research, but this is asking for 2. So that's why the numbers were all a little bit weird there. But there you go. So 2 gifts of research. They're going to go with our gift of the tides. And then this isn't very interesting. I'm sure you guys have done this a million times before. It's now gifts of condensed magic and condensed might. 2 of each of those as well. And this will be some of the last money here. Hopefully I can foot the bill. We're getting a little bit low here. But I actually kind of want to show you guys a technique that I've alluded to in a few videos over the years, but I've never actually, like, demonstrated. So I figure now is as good a place as any. So we're going to go to artificing, right? And I'm just going to show you what we're trying to make for now, right? So I usually just type gift. We need to make 2 gifts of blood, 2 gifts of fangs, 2 gifts of bones, 2 gifts of claws, and so on and so on and so on. Which is basically a mix of all of the different things. So, you know, like a load of bloods of various tiers, a load of these of various tiers. So we need T6s, right? And T5s. Now, there's a way to get a lot of these that I want to show off now. If you've been doing strike missions, you'll know about it, right? Obviously, there's the Wizard's Vault and all of that. There's also laurels. I have 800 laurels. I could just buy material bags with laurels. That should really be my first protocol. But here's another fun thing that you can do. If you've been doing your Icebrood Saga 5s, you'll know that you've been getting these Eternal Ice Shards. They're an Icebrood Saga currency that only goes so far. And because of how strike missions are set up and the rewards are all shit, you just get spammed with them. Okay, so if you look at my bank right now, oh dear, I have a lot of these just sitting around. We don't need all of these. They're cluttering my bank. So what do we do with them? If this was Season 3, and if this was Season 2, we'd just be able to right-click these and consume them for that season's currency. Unbound magic or unstable magic, whichever of the two. But for these, you can't. All right? So the question is, how do we play with that? Well, I'll show you guys. We're going to go to the Eye of the North. And this is a way to get rid of your karma as well. And we're going to go to... I think there might be other vendors, by the way. And I reserve the right to fuck this up and not know exactly. But we're going to speak to this guy over in this corner. Kep Corson? Kep Corson? I don't know how to say his name. He would allow us to trade our Eternal Ice Shards for Season 4 currency. See? With karma. So 75 Eternal Ice plus 2,000 karma will get me some Kralkatite, or some Diafluorite, or some Inscribed Shards, or Mystonium, or Banded Masses, or Mistborn Motes. I don't think it matters which one I pick. Can I just verify, those who know what I'm about to do in the live chat, it doesn't matter what I pick, right? Exchange them for defense seals? Venny says? Yeah, Kralkatite is probably not the right one. Kralkatite is like higher amount and lower. Oh, Venny has a totally different strategy. Exchange them for defense seals and buy boxes from the... But that won't get through all of them. We look forward to chat having a meltdown when I convert them the wrong way. Well, yeah, Deep Siesta says any except the first one is good. But hold on, let's just try this real quick. Wait, you think I should go to Gar at the Wizard's Tower? So Gar came in as a crazy converter. We're no longer in Ready Steady Cook, guys. We're out in Uncharted Waters now. And you think I should ask Gar to trade? I don't understand what half this shit is. Like, why would I want to trade a Hero's Choice chest for just like some of these shitty random little things? See, I can trade 5 shards and some karma for 1 chili. That is terrible. But you think this for these seals? Oh, Gar is also in Eye of the North nowadays. He's hidden in a corner. Okay, we're getting a lot of information here. DAE87 says that Defense Seals is meta as for gold, but you will get items outside of the Gift of Might and Magic resources. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to do this for the mats for Might and Magic. Okay, we'll split it. All right, I've got 8,000 of fucking things. I'm going to do 2,000 of this. Wait, is there a limit per week? Per day? So if I do 250, that's only 750. Okay, I'm going to buy 500 Tyrian defense seals. No, I'll buy 1,000, okay? So there you go. There's 1,000 Tyrian defense seals there. We'll try a bit of everything, all right? And now I can take those defense seals to the Eye of the North. I didn't know about this one. This is quite cool. See, this is why I should stream, because people can teach me things. There's a version of Gar on every X-Pac map. You had the special portable merchant, and you can pick which version. This is a defense seal vendor, and this is a seal discount vendor. So I have 5,000 seals. Those are the account-bound volcanic stormcaller things. I've already got all of those, and they're not TPable anyway. So you guys think for a discount, I can only buy 1? What, just all of these? Just any of them? For 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Contains materials pertaining to the Ebon Vanguard. The Exalted, the Script, the Coden. There you go. That's a recipe, by the way, which I don't have, so I'll learn that. Okay, what do we get? We got tiny totems, hard logs, jute scraps. So that's daily, is it? Every day I should come back and I should buy these. There you go. We did get materials. So that's like the best thing to do. To do it for seals and then every day slowly work through 5,000 of them. Evolute says that the script boxes are worth it even without a discount. So the script ones in particular are better, are they? Oh yeah, look, if you get some super rares. Okay, let's buy, I don't know, 250 of that. No, I can't afford that. 100 of those? So this will cost me 2,500 seals for 100 script boxes. Look at this, guys. Look at all this crazy shit. Ready? Open. Go. Oh my god, I feel like a veritable script. You get to see my cool inventory stuff working away there, by the way, don't you? There you go. Now, how do I know if I actually earn anything good there? We definitely got some T6s. There you go. You know what? I actually quite like that, because that felt like that cost me less karma to do all the conversions. There's some research data I can do now. Oh, no, I got a Volcanic Stormcaller box. Oh, but it's account bound. Ah, great. Wait, oh, the box is account bound, but the thing won't be? Surely it will be. Yeah, it is. Ah, that's brutal. If that wasn't account bound. Oh, God, I spent a long time getting those before. We got some memories of Otter out of that. It is weird getting these Mordrum fragments, I have to say. You've almost never participate in content that gives these kinds of things. This has all been quite interesting, guys. Okay, I'm going to show you my thing now. All right, so that's the defense seals. That's the discount seal thing. All right. The other thing you can do for very specifically materials for Gift of Magic and Might, right, is once you've got a bunch of those, convert them down. Don't get Kraukertite, but all the other ones are fine, right? It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to go Difluorite. Because why not, all right? And so I can buy 67, which will use up all my Eternal Ice Shards here. That's also going to cost 180,000 karma, all right? So it's a good way to get through your karma. So 670 Difluorite. And now I hear you ask, well, what do you do with that, Wooden Potatoes? Okay, so grab your Difluorite or whatever materials you got from that season, by the way. Because I appear to just slowly build them up. I don't know, from my daily home instance or something. They just keep building it up and up and up and up. Where are they here? Here we go. So Difluorite. I'll go all the way down to just like a few hundred left. All this. All this. All these branded masses. All these Mistborn motes. Right? Even the Kraukertite. Why not? Alright. So we're going to withdraw all of that. Now we're going to go to Season 4. I'm going to go to Crystal Desert. Domain of Istan is usually my port of call, just because I like any excuse to go to Istan. Do you guys get the vibe? Guild Wars 1 gives me the vibe of Nightfall is like this big... Elona is this big, thriving like continent filled with nation states that have people living there. My impression of Elona coming out of the Guild Wars 2 story is the whole place is a fucking wasteland. You know, it's kind of funny to me to hear Saida talk about wanting to be on the Lion's Arch Captain's Council. Surely there's these big epic civilizations. Surely there's enough to get our hands for in Elona, but no. Right, so basically you go to the Season 4 vendors here and see they will sell you these shipments. Cloth, wood, leather, metal, trophy. Trophy shipments is what we want. Every box costs a gold and a bunch of this season's currencies. So I know what you're thinking. WP, a gold for every box? Yeah, so we're going to consume these. All right. Nom, 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 nom. So we've basically, what we've done is we've spent some karma to turn our Eternal Ice into Season 4 currencies, which we're now eating to turn into trophy boxes. So there we go. So I've eaten it all. So I have 135,000 volatile magic. That's a lot of volatile magic. A lot. So I could buy 391 of these straight away. That would be all of my liquid gold gone. And I would still have volatile magic left over. Okay? And you're looking at this and you're saying that cannot be worth it, spending 300 gold. But the thing is, guys, the way it works out is you always make money on these. Always, always, always. If I spend 1 gold on a trophy shipment, and I open this trophy shipment, all these mats I just got, if I were to TP those, I'd get like 2 gold back or something. This prints money. It prints money. But it does require you to go to the market and all of that, blah, 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 blah. So for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to spend 300 gold. I'm going to spend 100 gold for 100 trophy shipments, and I'm just going to open them up. And you'll see we're getting shit tons of all this stuff. Loads and loads and loads, which will mean I can craft... Well, go on, let's do another 100. I can craft my Gift of Magic and my Gift of Might. Because we're getting all T5s and T6s, which tend to be the more expensive ones. I think sometimes the market can fluctuate... And people will tell you to buy different things. I don't know. You guys know how deep this rabbit hole goes. I'm really not the person to ask about this stuff because I tend to be pretty laissez-faire about my cash, and I don't really try that hard with it all. But there you go. So we got a shit ton of stuff here. I want to hit deposit all collectibles, but I also don't want to well, fuck it. There you go. Let's deposit that. We've annihilated our inventory here. There you go. Now, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I just got most of that right there. And there you go. And of course, yes, if you have laurels, just spend the laurels. You can do all that shit that I just talked about there. Or you can just go to a laurel vendor. Where was the classic laurel vendor? I don't remember ever using this guy. It's such a shame that... I don't know whether it's a shame that you can't mount in here. It's actually not, is it? It's probably quite cool. Just buy... where are they? Tab 1? Buy these. Literally, just buy crafting bags. It's 1 laurel per... And you get a shit ton of T6s from these as well. It's that simple. The thing is, I'm trying to save my laurels up. I'm trying to get like 1,000 of all currencies, or like 100,000 of all currencies, or 10, whatever the threshold is. So like 1,000 laurels is where it becomes impressive. 1,000 guild commendations is where it becomes impressive. Probably 100,000 research notes. So I'm nowhere near that. Anyway, so there you go. Let's go craft our thing now. How'd you get to Old Lion's Arch? You need to play Season 1 and do, like, all of the achievements. Lots and lots and lots and lots of achievements, and then you'll be good. But I just got a message from one of the people I raid with. And it's the time of day where we usually raid, and he just gave me a heart attack doing that because he made me think that I'd got the days wrong and I was late. But I'm not. Okay, his, like, route... He lives in Portugal, and his router, like, exploded because the government overpowered them all or something? It was really weird. It was a very strange story he had about that. Okay, you see, so we want to make 2 of all of these, okay? So there is going to be a little bit of spending here because... Yeah. So we can make 1, and I need to buy 4 of these. I was 4 shy. No, I'm not doing buy orders. Before anybody tells me how cringy it is that I'm not doing buy orders, there you go. Look, we can make our 2 gifts of blood straight up. We can make the fangs, and we're missing 44 of these. 2 gold. That's crazy. Bones we can make straight up. Claws we can make straight up. Look at this. The only thing you have to be careful of is, like, when it comes to one of these weird gifts. Obviously, don't make these. I couldn't anyway, because I don't have a gift of Ascalon just sitting around. 2 gifts of dust we can just make straight up. The gift of energy is usually a little bit tricky because You know, it almost feels like one of these recipes, but it's not. Scales, we can't make any. Because we are missing 94. Do you know what's sad? Crafting like this in Guild Wars, this specific moment when I'm doing this, this is one of the ways in which basic arithmetic is, like, asked of me in life. You know, I remember I remember being a little boy at school and being told that I wouldn't have a calculator in my pocket and I needed to learn how to do simple sums and stuff. And how that just seemed like that was going to be so important throughout life, you know? And the reality is, it's this for me most of the time where I actually use those skills. All right, there you go. So now we've got all the gifts. And this is it. We're going to make the aqua breather. We're done. That was quite the adventure, wasn't it, guys? Crafting with WP. You know, if I ever made a Minecraft Let's Play, it would feel a lot like this. Well, with maybe a bit more building. So there you go. So we make one. And we refill and we make a second. There's your condensed magic. And look, we're using all the lovely new QOL that's come in over the years. Mystic Forge there. There's your condensed might. And here we go. We put the gift of research. With the might, with the magic. Hold on. I'm a little bit nervous here that I'm moving into the wrong recipe. Let's just check for sure here. I was in the wrong recipe. Okay. We're going to put the gift of tides. No? What? What am I doing wrong here? Why is tides not showing up? Maybe it is and I'm just not seeing it. Right. We do have a gift of tides here. Weird. Why is it not showing up? By the way, the overlay, I'm going to talk. Oh, we're going to talk about add-ons very, very briefly. I kind of want to get all the conversations out because I know I'm not going to be covering Guild Wars 2 for a little while, you know. So I want to just get out what I want to say, and then we'll put it all to bed. The Mystic Forge seems to be bugging, or I'm reading this wrong. Oh no, I think it's not a Mystic Forge recipe. I think it's a purchase. Yeah, it's a purchase. That's why. Okay. Yeah, the other thing that sucks about the Lion's Pride is that you don't get the full world map while you're in here, so it's really annoying to move to elsewhere. Okay, we got to go to a Quartermaster or Kanaka or anyone. Let's do it at the start of the expo, shall we? No, it's not an invisible bag. I do have such a nice setup with these bags now, though. Right, Quartermaster. Right, we are making the Gift of the Seas. Here it is. 2 condensed magic, 2 condensed might, which hopefully you guys can get through your laurels and shit like that. 2 gifts of research. Yes, it's a pain in the ass. And the Gift of the Tides, which for your first legendary is basically free. Just playing the expansion. And we're ready. There's the Gift of Adventure. The precursor, the Gift of the Survivors from the first map, the Gift of the People from the second map, and the Gift of Adventure. Wait, what? Oh no! Hold on. Is this one a purchase? I would not do good as a ready, steady chef. Is this a purchase or is this a craft? Now we want the Gift of the Seas. No. We want the Gift of Castoran Mastery now. Is that coming out of the forge? It is. Okay. Alright. To the forge. This Gift of Castoran Mastery, I'm pretty sure you need for Ancora as well, right? So that's where it gets tricky. If you want to get all the legendaries of the X pack, the next one you do is like a lot of those freebie components we just mixed in. They're not there. Alright, here we go. Bloodstone Shard, Obsidian Shards, Gift of the Seas, and Adventure there. That's it, yeah. The Mastery things always ask for these. Gift of Castoran Mastery. Haha. There it is. There's the full thing. that sound? I keep hearing that sound. That whoop, 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 whoop. What is that? It's not my Mini, because the Mini's randomized and changes a lot. It's not. I thought it might have been my exosuit outfit, but it's not. She's in this Restless Captain outfit now. Is it my enrichment? Is it like the otter popping up from the enrichment? Maybe. Does it go whoop, 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 whoop? Or something? Oh, it's the Jade bot? Wow, really? I must have done something different with my audio settings recently, because I'm hearing so much shit in game that I usually don't. The Jade bots are cute. I need to get some good Jade bot skins. Oh, here we go, guys. We have mastered Castora. We have mastered the people. We have mastered the survivors. And we have the precursor. 3, 2, 1 for the fanfare. Oh, I can sell it. Oh. What's it? No, I can't sell it. Why are you giving it in a container? Oh, they give it in a container because it's technically 3 legendaries for 1. Because yeah, you don't have to make it for light, medium, and heavy. You make it all at once. There you go. Weird, why am I getting a blue version of the skins? Is it like slumbering? Add it to the armory. Thought I was pulling your fins, did ya? I told ya! I tell ya! I tell no! I told you the truth! Quote from Captain Lakers. There you go. Items unlocked in your legendary armory are available for all of your characters. Guys, I will never have to worry ever again about equipping an aqua breather on a random ult that I make. You know, World versus World or whatever. Like I made Audra Westar at the start of this expansion. And, you know, the underwater stuff's always annoying. No longer. And here we go, 3rd time, because 2 wasn't enough, clearly. Okay, yes, I will do a showcase, guys. Let's do a showcase. Oh, no, this is the real moment. Okay, goodbye, Aqua Breather. Do I delete this, I guess? I mean, this always feels so awkward. This is another thing that I never quite liked about the Legendary Armory update. It feels awkward, like, killing all your Ascended stuff. I don't know. Like, I've got all that shit just sitting on Merlin, because I don't like the idea of losing it, you know? Like, I don't know. But I guess salvaging it for search notes is alright. I guess. There we go. So here is my Diviner's... Sorry, my Diver's Breather Veil. This was a weird item that you got from doing, like, the crate chests or something, right? And there was only one... There was only one time you could get it. So it's kind of special. I think I will dump that on Merlin, to be honest, guys. But what I will do is grab an upgrade extractor and grab a swim speed infusion of it. By the way, I'm curious about that. How is the swim speed infusion economy doing now? Ooh, see, I kind of want to buy just one of these expensive ones just to flex for absolutely no reason. Look at that. Because, so one thing I haven't really talked about, guys. Obviously, we have Fashion Inspect now. Apparently, there's a lot of people using add-ons for full-blown gear inspect these days, and I don't want to get into the ethics of it or whatever, and I'm not recommending people do it. It's against the TOS. It's against the end-user license agreements. I'm not telling people to do it. I don't do it myself. But I kind of like the idea in the event that someone snoops on me, they see, for no good goddamn reason, like just a ludicrous swim speed infusion. Look at this. You could spend 7,000 gold on a plus 24. And that's still not as fast as swiftness, is it? That's still shit. Isn't that only 24% move speed? I've got a little... What did I just extract there? I got a plus 10. My plus 10 is worth, like, nothing. A plus 12 is worth 2 gold. Oh, I've got, like, a little baby one. Well, whatever. And those infusions can't go in any old item. They can only go in the Aqua Breather, which is kind of funny, you know? All right, here it is. Selachimorpha. We equip, and then we go through all of our templates, making sure it's set to whatever is being requested of it. I don't know what the best like default underwater rune is, by the way. I guess just whatever is on your set so that you keep the set bonus. So it would be Flame Legion in this case. And then we put the swim speed infusion on. There's account versions of that infusion. Plus 10 was the lowest that exists. Oh, is it? So there you go. So I don't really know how this will work. What's the best way for us to demonstrate? See, Liz here on this outfit. She's got the big orange hat, right? And when I click this, it toggles. So there you can actually see the breather itself, the actual model. And it's quite cool. It's got a snorkel. It's got the thing wrapped around our neck. You know, it's clearly a higher poly asset than we would usually have. There's also little moving pieces there. So now we go underwater. So I'm going to hide Kraken so that we know what we're looking at here. Oh, that is pretty cool. Oh, that's a lot more evident than I thought. I was 100% going to say this is going to look shit on my Asura. I actually think that's pretty cool. Okay, hold on. Let me... I don't want to unequip that. Let's put on the swimming trunks. Fuck, I don't know. What's it called? Trunks? Because my skirt is a bit too big. Actually, I'm all right with that. I really am. And the fish that are swimming around following us, if you guys remember, I showed this off on the trailer right at the start of the LP. We get fish swimming with us. We don't get any on hit effects, do we? We don't get any on kill hits or whatever. This looks like Vlox. Yeah, she's using the new hair, so she does a little bit, yeah. So there's preview 1. That's a preview on Liss. I'm going to give you a separate preview now. We just mentioned him on a human. So let's go to Odrin. Kind of more of a default sort. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to give you a preview on Natalie. Because she's big. Oh, I haven't played Natalie for ages. Cool, that's a real sign, that is, of how fucking long our raid group's been in Mount Barrier. Because I did Mount Barrier. I did Decima on Natalie. She's not even in my top 18 characters now. No, what? Where is she? She must be. I don't play many characters. I know that sounds stupid given what you're looking at here. No, she's... Where is she? There she is. You want it on land? Yeah, that's an interesting thought, isn't it? There is actually a discussion to be had there on whether putting it on land was a valid way to go. See, so like, look, she's got a shitty aqua breather. Its defense is 8. It's level 1. We can get rid of it. Haha. I'm not going to stat it or anything. We'll just throw it in. I'll do all of that off screen. Don't you guys worry. Yeah, I don't know. Because like Noct was saying in chat the other day, like I was saying I was going to get the aqua breather, and he was saying, oh, but think about how much use you'll get out of it, how much value you'll get. It's not enough to justify it. And I said to him, I said, you know, that's such a shame, because like the whole idea of these legendaries is that it's not about the QOL. It's not supposed to be about those other things. It just doesn't look good, you know? It's prestige and it's visuals. And if it was good enough at launch for it just to be that when it came to Kraken or whatever, then I don't see why it should be any different these days for the aqua breather. And you do get the QOL. I mean, I don't know. If you have a lot of characters, I think it's alright. So here we have it on Norn. I guess I'll hide the back piece. I actually think it looks worse on the Norn because proportionally the fins aren't so big. Oh yeah, but of course, look, we actually get the fin on the back there. Let's hide these. Yeah, there is an actual fin there. You do get a proper shark-like fin there. Sorry, my character, my camera settings are a bit fucked. I'm going to really get annoyed later when I have to mess with this again later. Adjust to character height. That's about as good as I can do, I guess. It's actually, I don't know if you guys can see, it's got a very detailed little, like, Ripley effect on there that looks pretty cool. I'm surprised they went with this model for the breather itself. Wouldn't you expect it to give you a shark head or something? You know, similar to how we have this, I can remember, the Raven Blessed thing, right? Like, I can have a Raven head. Wouldn't it be cool to have a shark head underwater? I think people would not even think that's that weird. You know, like Harry Potter 4 had that. With Victor Crumb. I don't know. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And then, of course, finally, yes, I will do a preview on the Char. Because the Char apparently get an extra fancy little thing. It's got my thief. Shark head is for Gem Store. Oh, come on. And again, fuck all that. You know, it's a very subtle effect, the, like, dragony visual thing there. Oh, that's weird. I was expecting that to be a dash forward, because I'm so used to playing Conduit Spear. And for some reason, Spear on that just feels like I'm a melee staff build. God, Daredevil was cool, isn't it? Isn't Daredevil fucking awesome? In fact, this looks sick. I've actually been thinking of not playing my thief anymore. My Char thief. And I've got a new thief, a human thief. But I like this armor so much. Maybe I'll come back to Etius. He's just been kind of sitting there rotting on my account. Basically, I've got a PvP character, a world versus world character, and a PvE character. And all their builds and templates are different on each, right? He's actually a very rare example of someone who has more equipment slots than build slots, which is nuts, considering you can get 2 build slots for free every season. I'll have to buy one of those. How am I doing in the vault at the moment? 255 excess points. We'll get some more in a minute, because the special category has this. All right, here you go. Anyway. And again, let's hide these other legendaries. Yeah, look at the tail. Oh, that is awesome. That is really prominent, isn't it? Oh, if you guys play Char, you gotta go for this. Look at this fucking thing. That's pretty cool. Is it so what do the die channels do? You don't even get die channels for Aqua Breathers, right? Wrong? Yes, no? It's not here, certainly. That is pretty cool. You just don't like initiative? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the gameplay either. They can always do a suffused version of it next patch that add to the head. Paulo, I totally agree. Or just Paul, whichever you'd rather go by. I definitely agree with that. I think there's a lot of examples in this game where they should just tier shit up and have them as legendaries. Like, I would say, you know, all the OG prestige skins in the Mystic Forge, like Volcanus, right? Volcanus. This skin here, guys, is a ridiculously expensive skin in the Mystic Forge. They should just let you... They should just tier that up. Infinite Light. You got the Enduring one. I don't actually know where that's from. I would be so down for that. Did they do that for the amulet in the end? The Triforge pendant? Can you do that? Is there another amulet? I don't think that they did. But I would love to see stuff like that. Does it stack with Orax? The back piece? Well, that's a good question. Let's go on to Gux to have a look. You still don't have all the spirit ones? Yeah, I'm really glad I got all those skins when I did, because in modern times with Guild Wars, they put in a lot of legendaries. Ever since End of Dragons, right, where there were a lot of legendaries, the gold sinks are actually quite high pressure in the game now. If you're trying to keep up with all the skins, like, the time to get those, I think I nailed it, because I would not be able to find the funds for all this kind of shit. Like getting Orax last year and Clobyon last year and the legendary relics and all that kind of shit. I just wouldn't have the time. It would be credit card farming like hardcore, which isn't something I can really afford or want to get into the habit of doing. So here you go. So this is just Orax for now. And we'll see what happens when we put the Aqua Breather on. See, he didn't even have one equipped. There you go. They do stack. I guess your mileage may vary on whether you think that looks nice or not. My question is, if I hide the slot... Yeah, you can hide the slot and it gets rid of everything. Including the fish. So yeah, there's an Orax thing. Yeah, and of course those collections weren't so bad at one point as well before Mystic Coins got inflated. I mean, that was the best time to do. Check Orax plus Selachimorpha on a char. Okay, I will do that. I will do that. I will do that for Venny because, just so that you guys know, Venny has released the full pack now, his full Reffect pack, and it's fucking awesome. Seriously, check it out. I know that this is second monitor content usually. Look at the screen for a second here, everyone. On my Catalyst, let's go out to Darren Fields. If you look here, well, we need to go on to an actual template, like, I don't know, QOL Kata here. If you look at my user interface, right, I have not only the bar at the bottom, which will show me as I get empowerment stacks. So if you look above my weapon skills, as I fight here, there's this bar that's building. As I finish combos, as I give myself auras, it grows and grows and grows, and I know when it's full. That's a vanilla mechanic. It's just kind of really annoying and obnoxious to look at and read when you have to look at these tiny icons. Reffect, Venny made this, which is just amazing, and you get this bar. But not only that, but I have these dots, these orbs up here as well. These are showing me my hammer mechanic. So when I collect my fire orb, even though I'm using the Arenanet legendary, which means you can't tell it's a fire orb anymore, I have that orb filled in. I collect my earth orb, I collect my light and my air orb, I collect my water orb, and you can actually see, and I gotta tell you guys, it's so satisfying and just fun to just read those and watch those as they come in as you're playing the game. It's really, really, really nice. Heading on over to my conduit. Similarly, there's a lot of stuff going on, like if you're playing the currently overpowered conduit build, which will be nerfed by the time I make another Guild Wars video. I'm sure of it. But here, for example, you've like Cosmic Wisdom and Cosmic Insight. I've got like the spikes from Raz's crown, which show as I collect those. You can see there's like a faded gas giant, like cosmic thing here. When I go into Cosmic Wisdom, you can see I'm like Mesmer form, and it's got the cool Mesmer icon there. As I use spear skills, you can see I'm gaining spear stacks here. When I legend swap, and I use Cosmic Insight here, it's the Mesmer icon, but I swap, and now I've got the Raza Dervish icon. I'm getting the spikes here as I build Affinity. Or I was. Not quite sure why I wasn't building there. It did build for a second there. There's a lot of UI here. A lot of really cool things that's way more trackable and way more immersive and way more fun. Class UI everywhere, out of the wazoo. So let's go back to Gux here. Gux would get it on his spear things. So if you have a look, my Reffect settings now, I just have one thing that I downloaded here. See this? Venny Mega Pack. It is one thing he hosts on GitHub. And if you look, when you expand, he's not just done that for the entire game. This is all the art here, displaying at once right now. For Soul Beast, no matter what spec you play, no matter what class you are, no matter what weapons, no matter what mechanics, there will be something here fancy for you. But not only that, but if you look, he's provided variations for all the interface sizes. So I know for a fact he only plays on normal. I play on large, so I can just enable the large one, right? Or larger if you guys use that, or small if you guys use that. It's really, really well made. He put a fuck ton of effort into it. Basically, throughout this entire Let's Play, he's been working on it, and I've showcased little bits and bobs. He's finished it now. Check out his GitHub. I haven't done it right now, but I will put it in the description of this video. If not, if you guys are just watching live at the moment, just Google it, or ask me on Discord. I will link it to you. And hopefully he maintains it. And I was raiding on it all day yesterday because it's been reset, and it wasn't laggy or anything. It was just really, really, really good. A great usage of Reffect and very fun. He has also got his relic pack. Personally, I want to make some tweaks to this to make the art of the relics look a bit bigger or better and not just like square boxes, but whatever. Anyway, the profession and weapon shit is really good. And it's just one download now. One thing all in one place. Pretty cool. All right, so sorry. I'm on the wrong character anyway. So we want to be on a char with the legendary and last year's legendary. So here's Orax. Personally, I can't imagine that this will look that good, but you know. So there's our... And maybe you can dye Orax to be... I don't know how exactly you would do it. But there might be some dyes for Orax that kind of work out where it's the right colours. I'm not going to sit here messing with it for ages. I mean, personally, I think it looks like a mess. But if you want crazy magic everywhere, if you're stacking all the infusions and stuff, you could go for that too. What did he have? I think he had the old go-to, the Forest Archer. Yeah, I'm really happy with this, guys. I'm seriously happy with this. The visuals look good. The fish are really prominent. I'm happy with the QOL I'll get from it. That now I can make a new character and instantly fill every slot, even all the underwater ones. That's cool. That's a lot of fun. He doesn't actually have a relic on this template. So there you go. Okay. Let's head back over to list now. And it might also combo in some interesting ways with Kraken and stuff, because Kraken already has fish swimming around, doesn't it? So we'll see about that. Let's add that. What template is this supposed to be? Power, precision, ferocity. And it's leadership, apparently. Boon duration I was going for. And we'll put that on there. Okay, so a couple more things to get to here, guys. Oh, while we're talking about add-ons real quick, I just want to say, so Timey HUD and the lines and stuff, that's been improving a little bit as well. I've been talking to them somewhat more. I asked them how the X-ray goggle experiment was supposed to work. I'll just go to where I set this up for myself, and they demonstrated how cool this is. And I just want to show off a fun element to this. So remember these marker packs, these trails and things, right? They came in. They were created by like these third-party overlay tools that just dump it on in front of your screen, right? So what that meant was they could never really interact with the game. But with Timey HUD they can. So here's a very cool setting that you guys might like to play with. Over in the Timey HUD options, pathing options, they have this thing here called the X-ray goggles experiment. And I didn't really know how this works, but I've now learned. And it's this. If you look at my screen right now, it's kind of a mess, right? There's lines fucking everywhere. What the X-ray goggle experiment does is it allows the lines to actually read depth. So if there's a tree in the way, you won't see the line through the tree. See? So if you look here, there is no overlay in front of the tree there. If I'm down this cliff, I don't see it anymore. I only see what I can actually see. Those actually all off in the distance are obscured by terrain. But see, I can see that because I actually have visibility on it. But wherever there's terrain in the way, like there's rocks in the way of those, it actually like blends them and integrates them into the game. You have to turn it on and you have to mess with this little near bar. You need to drag it down a little bit every now and then. Holy shit, that guy managed to do a lot of damage to us. Maybe it was this guy hitting me the whole time. But it's been kind of fun. So that was another little thing I was looking at with Timey. The world boss thing as well got an update. You guys have probably seen footage of that already. Like if you look here, the Dragon Stand pie chart now actually fits a bit better into the game's UI. It doesn't look so much like programmer art. He's actually done a bit of an update where, you know, it's got their, I don't even know how to describe this effect, the painterly effect, let's just say, you know, paint splash. So there was a bit of an update for that, which I think looks quite cool, and you guys have been looking at that the whole time. And And that's about it. I also learned how timer packs work, but we won't deal with that for now. Okay. So what are we looking at here? There's 2 more things I want to do on the stream. One involves daytime. The other involves the current event. So it is this, the Nashblade birthday celebration. Celebrate Evan Nashblade's birthday at the vaults in Lion's Arch. Celebration ends sometime tomorrow. Check in with the Black Lion birthday manager. Complete the Nashblade birthday celebration achievements for extra prizes. So as you guys know, it's Black Friday at the moment, or it's that era of Black Friday. The Black Friday sales are still going on. They'll be over pretty soon as we move into December, obviously. But Arenanet this year, please correct me if I'm wrong, people in the live chat. This is the first year this is a thing, right? I didn't miss this last year. I don't think I did. I may well have, because last year the expansion came out earlier, so at this point I was playing Final Fantasy, or we were even in the Path of Exile series at this point, weren't we? What do the pie charts mean? They show you when world bosses are coming up. So that red skull means the Shadow Behemoth has just spawned 40 seconds ago. This shows that, you know, the meta event for Dragon's Stand is in process right now. They're very good. The world boss thing is very, very, very good add-on. It was last year, but it was very different. Okay. It seems to become a full-blown thing, and we have World of Enders. That's Boots, guys, in chat. Boots, the adventure god. Apparently, there's an adventure that got added to the game with this. That thing I said in the title, a new adventure, that's not me just talking about the next Let's Play, Oblivion. Join me for Oblivion. It's talking about the fact there's an adventure. So, and apparently this is really rewarding too, so I don't know. Let's see. So, it's the birthday event. A new event, guys. I don't know. Birthday in quotes, because obviously it's just a Black Lion thing, and it's just Evan trying to earn a quick buck. But let's see what he has to say. Well, it's not Evan, is it? It's this guy. The Black Lion birthday manager. There's no AP associated with this. It's just for fun and some free unlocks, I guess. So there is an achievement category here. And we get stuff for doing stuff. I don't know. We'll look at that more later. Hello, Commander. Here to celebrate Captain Nashblade's birthday with some special prizes. Okay, I've heard you got some uninvited guests in the vault. Where did they go? Wait, is this a follow-on to the heist thing from Janthe Wilds? Let's keep this quiet so it doesn't spoil the celebrations. We'll give you the information we've got. Wait. Did I get a mail about this? No. I didn't get a mail about this. What is this? Queensdale, Lornar's Pass, Bloodtide Coast, Crystal Oasis, the Demon Grub Pits jumping puzzle, Abaddon's Ascent jumping puzzle. What happened? The little Skrit sneaks of the Lockbite gang are at it again. You're welcome to keep any goods you reclaim. Wait, so this is like the Skrit gang thing? Oh my god, that was where we got the most account value ever. Remember that, guys? The Skrit gangs? You double click it, kill some enemies, and you could like unlock mounts for killing mobs. It was insane. It's worth it just to send a message that they won't get away with anything. Where do they go? Onions Lumber Mill in Queensdale. Lornar's Pass at Grent's Door. Well, I know both of those immediately. So, I go to these spots and kill a Skrit there, maybe? What did we get here? We got 2 Black Lion Seals of Approval. We trade these Seals of Approval to the Black Lion Birthday Manager for various rewards. Let's see the prizes. Party Hat. For a stack of blood. And 20 seals. Wow. Guaranteed wardrobe unlock. Oh, I do remember this. I remember this. Ooh, a build template, an equipment template. They are usually expensive. Those don't appear on the thing. I remember this last year. Okay, so we can get a free key, a free statue, 5 statuettes, 3 keys, 5 boosters. That would have been handy for my Wild vs. Wild stuff earlier in the week. Equipment, 1 of each of the templates, 1 account unlock, and a party hat. I see, okay. So we want to get these seals. So we get the seals from visiting these spots. So it's his birthday for a whole week, huh? I know you've got a nose for shady business, but it's harmless. Truth is, the company's running short of materials and our artisans are on the last nerves, but you didn't hear it from me. Oh god, please That's not meta commentary, is it, Arenanet? Please. That's not meta commentary about mini X-Packs, please. I love Visions of Eternity. I love Janthea Wilds. I love Secrets of Obscure. Please make more. They're the best things. Right, okay. So we've exhausted all that dialogue then. Okay. And we get our 100 Astral Acclaim there, which we can use to buy... And I'll probably save this up. I don't really have anything to buy anymore, but except this I want. And then those eventually. Okay, so Onion's Lumber Mill. I know where that is. It's this. Or it's not Onion, is it? Ojon? You don't have to kill anything. You just press F. Yeah, it says 1 day left, but what that usually means is like 1 day, 23 hours or whatever, right? So you've actually got 2 days, kind of. Like, there'll be a point where it says 23 hours left, and then 22, and that's when you have a day left. When it hasn't even ticked over to that yet, you know, you've got a bit of time. It'll probably be done, like, patch time Tuesday, right? I'm running in the tiniest little circles here. So, hold on, did we just go kill Skrit? There are Skrit in the area over here. There's a daily / dance at the Black Line area. Dance WP, it's a daily thing. Wait, I'm not looking for anything. I'm just typing / dance in each spot. Why am I dancing? That wasn't in the story. Wait, and what do you mean daily? Shit, can I not buy all the stuff then? Have I run out of time? I was under the impression I could get everything in an hour. Someone said in chat, in guild chat. Oh, I danced and there's a script bottle on me. Whoa, what is this icon? The quickness thing? Why have I got quickness flashing in the bottom? That was strange. Oh, I can do it in an hour? Okay. You find a Skrit NPC. You can come do all the stuff in 1 hour and buy everything. No daily required. For this part, you're looking for a green Skrit NPC near the waypoint. Ah, I see him. He was hiding behind this tree.
Ah! How did you find me?
Tengu Loftwing would like to pie. Give that back. Okay, and now what? I dance on him? No? He gave me a brittle bone. Did I have those 2 seals of approval already? Did I only have one? No, I had 2. I don't know what he gave me. We did it. Let's eyeball. Oh, there's not one long thing to eyeball. They're all separate things. No, 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 no. Oh, God. Oh. There's an adventure in the vault. Yeah, we have an adventure to do too. Let's grab these first, and then we'll go do that. So we're going to go to the Reaper's Gate now. It said Grent's Door or something, didn't it? I'm sure there's a wiki page for this, actually. But what would be more fun, guys? Watching me efficiently and quickly go to every location on the wiki, or just sit there frustrated while I fail to see a Skrit in plain sight and forget how to get to certain places. This way, isn't it? I really hate this thing that Tekkit did, these yellow waypoints. They're so unnecessary, and when you don't have a waypoint unlocked, you can't tell anymore because they don't get grayed out. And the thing is, on Timey Hard, it doesn't remember your preferences right now because it's pre-release. So you can toggle things off to disable it, but then when you log out and log back in, they're re-enabled. So I keep seeing like all these dodgy elements that, like, it's fine because normally you would have the control to toggle them off, but... Oh, there's a raven. I have a question, guys. Why is a raven like a writing desk?
How did you find me?
I think I did get a brittle bone, you know. It was just that something else died. Okay, Blood Tide. Oh, look, we don't even need the wiki. In-game telegraphing. Beautiful. Okay, I need to dance back in LA at the vault. That's what the dancing is about. Okay. This is a cool spot to pick, full of the rats. I still need to do this as well. God, but I mean, how wide of a radius do you need to... This is actually especially cool because Visions of Eternity just had the plague rat thing happening where the script got blamed, and this is kind of a copy of that almost. Oh, this is awful. I'm going to the wiki. This is going to be fucking terrible. How the fuck can't I see this guy? Are you serious? All right, what's it called? Nashblade birthday celebration checking in. That's going to be quite the thing to type. Nashblade. Oh, sorry. Nash Bash. Wow. Okay, I've got a list of all the spots. Yeah, this script is nowhere near this area. I don't know how that in-game clue was supposed to remotely help me. Yeah, it happens to be the closest waypoint, but holy shit. He's all the way over here on this island, on that rock. The Lockbite Gang Thief. Ah, how did you find me? All right, next. There's one at Amnoon Oasis. The free city of Amnoon. I love this place. So what if I don't have POF? Do I just not get to fully do the event? How's that work? I think he's up near the aquariums. You can't join me because you're on NA, but you park the character on the adventure in LA. Well, yeah, hopefully that's not necessary. I know where the vaults are. The vaults aren't that crazy, are they? I'm sure we'll find it when we get in there, but thank you, yeah. Hopefully that'll clean up any other issues. You never know. Ah, how did you find me? Okay, next. There's a guy in Jaka Itzel. Oh, he's near the bugs in the branches. I love bugs in the branches. It's a weird thing, right, where it's easy to forget all the little things that are happening in an expansion, but when you go back and you just play like one tiny little bit, you get really nostalgic, you know. My God, this is too many paths. There's so many paths on, and I can't toggle them off right now. Well, I can toggle them all off, like so, but I mean, until Tiny HUD lets you customize and it actually remembers on relaunch. Okay, this guy is like on one of the branches. Somewhere. Maybe lower? Maybe lower. Oh God, maybe he's high. Good evening, Emily. It's good to see you. He's either in the bottom of the pit near the flax farm, because this bit's actually safe to land down there, isn't it? I'm glad that didn't have collision. I trusted that it didn't have collision, and it didn't. Do you know what? It'll make me really happy if I go over to this flax and I see that there are still players there. Shall we see? There are! Look at that! That properly blows my fucking mind. They're not even like AFK players. They're like real players actually gathering it. Flax isn't even worth that much anymore. That is cool. That is giving the impression of an active game. Right, I'm completely lost with this one. The marker is like right on top of that. But we were just there. There was no script there. Maybe it's up in the canopy, which concerns me, because I'm not sure I'll be able to do it. My God, look at the skimmer. Sorry, but look at this shit. Look at this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at that. Just pressing the mastery once. This is crazy, dude. All right, well, if it is in the canopy, we'll know because we're about as high as you can possibly... There is no canopy above this. Right, keep an eye out for a scrit as we make for the long fall. Is he up here, maybe? Ah, there he is, there he is, there he is. I don't know how we didn't see that a second ago, because that's crazy. All right, next. Ah! How did you find me? Bright water inlet. Back over in POF, I believe. Ooh. Wait, where is that? Yeah, it is. It is where I thought it was. Aha. Oh, we're going to the Choya. I looked straight at the script and said it. Did I really? I need an eye tracker, man. You know, I'm really excited about the Steam frame because hopefully it'll be a mid-tier VR headset that for the first time a lot of people can get, but for the first time has eye tracking. Like the Apple Vision Pro and the Quest Pro, I think, had eye tracking, but like they're not the tiny fringe members of the community actually use it. But now we'll have like a mainstream headset so devs can really focus on foveated rendering. SteamVR by default will have foveated streaming so the bitrate can go all over. But what that means is like there'll be eye trackers and I can actually just play games with eye trackers and you could just see. I think that'll be really, really interesting. Oh, there you go. Someone just got Twink Commander just got the festive hat. Nice and quick. Oh, wait, what? No, that's just a Santa hat, isn't it? Ah, how did you find me? Okay, now we go to End of Dragons. What is the easiest waypoint this time? Wiki seems to think... I'm going to guess here. I've gone in a very roundabout route there. Oh, it redirected me anyway. Whoa. Fast load being crazy. Oh my god, like no waypoints are active right now. Alright, fine. We'll just go into the city proper and go this way. Through the tunnels. This is nice. This is a nice little tour of all over the game. What more could you ask for at the end of a new LP? Isn't the JP worth more points for the achievement, or was that only last year? It is. Each one's worth 4. Well, I was just planning on going to all of them. Are you telling me that you don't have to go to all of them if you do if you pick the JP? Is that the situation we're in right now? Hopefully I can remember this right. One of these zip lines is really good to getting super high, super quick. There you go. This is the one. I've definitely been getting a weird kind of nostalgia for End of Dragons lately. Like when I find myself in Arborstone. And it's always the music, you know. The music, the visuals are so good in a lot of these places too. I'm looking forward to Cantha 2 Electric Boogaloo. Mini X-Back Edition. Right, we're going to the Red Duck Tea Room. So I went a bit south there. Like, listen to this. You guys best be able to hear this nice and loudly. It's so good. It said go to the... On Wiki, they actually have extra note here. Go upstairs to second floor. Is that an American talking about the second floor? I assume so. Let's just go high and look down, I guess. I learned something interesting about Germans the other day, right? If you guys hold up your hand for me, right? There he is. Hold up your hand. Whether you're German or not, we can all do it, all right? And have your fingers curled into like a fist, okay? And now, using your fingers, I want you to count to 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 on your fingers. Now, stop. How many of you just used your thumb for that procedure? Because apparently Germans are taught to use their thumb. They always count from the thumb first. So the Germans that did that just now will have, you know, only up to their middle finger. But everyone else, I don't know, other people will be holding the 3 middle ones and probably leveraging their pinky with their thumb, which is what I'm doing. Anyway, it's a plot point in Inglourious Bastards that a British spy gives himself away because he orders 3 drinks and he uses the wrong fingers. So the Germans in the room see he doesn't use his thumb and they immediately know because of that weird little cultural quirk. And that's kind of interesting to me. It's easier to do with the thumb. Someone just watched Inglourious Bastards. No, I didn't just watch it, but I was reading a discussion about it and that's where it came up, yeah. People were saying that if you speak both languages, if you've been a part of both cultures, when you watch that scene, you kind of get clued in a good bit earlier in the scene than everyone else. And it's like really entertaining to watch that scene because you catch on and there's like another couple of minutes of really nervy watching, but you know the game is already up. And someone described it as being like they were in on a secret with the actors, and it's really fun watching, apparently. Ah, this is a good place, too. Nice. Ah, how did you find me? There we go. We're getting a lot of these seals of approval here. Let's just take a second to enjoy skimming in Ember Bay, by the way. Oh, it's still nighttime, so you can't really even see the sun. Okay, now it's telling me to do Demon Grub Pits. So I guess I will. I vaguely remember doing this last year. Wow. That's such a vague memory. But it wasn't that long ago. This year's gone by very, very quickly for me, I have to say. Quite a lot's changed for me this year, but it's gone blindingly fast. Like, I remember sitting down to watch the Game Awards last year and really having so much fun with it. And it feels like it just happened, but of course they're about to come up again. I actually had so much fun watching the Game Awards last year that I'm like doing it as a proper thing this year. I'm watching for when it starts. I'm trying to get a bunch of friends together. It's going to be good. I'm really, really looking forward to it in a way that I never looked forward to E3 or anything. But I think it will genuinely be cool. I'm sure someone's going to come up with a comment about how it's actually toxic and you shouldn't support it because ABLC. But I put my little nominations in on Steam. I nominated PoE 2 for the best game you suck at category, by the way. Inspired by my Let's Play. Which I'd like. That game's getting a big update as well, by the way. That game's nearly a year old now, and it's going to get a big... like, the Druid is getting added in a few days. Oh, so much to play, so much to do. We really needed to do October Oblivion. The fact we never managed to get October Oblivion has been a bit brutal. Because if Oblivion was finished right now, we'd be... I mean, even then, we'd still be hard-pressed to get all this shit done. It's okay. So, wait, but I'm looking for a script, right? I'm not just opening the chest and running away. I'm looking for a script. Oh, is he at the entrance? Why would it give you a higher reward if he's just at the entrance? That's not right. Oh, there he is. Rip E3. Yeah. Hey, I nominated PoE 2 for best game you suck at too. Yeah, I mean, I learned so much from you guys in chat playing that. That was just relentlessly me asking, okay, do I salvage this? Do I keep this? What do I do here? Is this merchant worth it? Is this? What's this mechanic? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? It just went on and on and on and on. It was either that or me zoning out, like getting really into like a fugue state, just like grinding or whatever. I really want to play a hardcore character on a stream. I think that would be so fun. Don't you guys think that would be amazing? Pilaster Rock, Siren's Landing. Oh shit, so we do the whole Siren's Landing thing, do we? Oh, this one's good. I wanted to play a hardcore character up to Act 4. Can you imagine how nervous and exciting that would be? That would be good viewing, wouldn't it? Right, to watch that on stream, knowing if I die, that's it. We gotta go back. We don't get to Act 4 or whatever. I think that would be fucking awesome. I finished the achievement. You don't know if it will show up anymore? Oh, cool, he did. Oh, right, okay. So there's no reason for me to do this. Yeah, look, guys, the thing I would like to do PoE 2 is just Oblivion and Heaven's Ward are 1,000% higher on the priority than that. They're both projects I'm really excited to play. And if I could, if I was blue and bald and a god, and I could divide myself into 3 like Dr. Manhattan, that's his name, isn't it? I would not use that for sexual escapades with my girlfriend, as in that scene. I would use it to produce 3 Let's Plays at once. You guys wouldn't be able to watch it all because it would be too much, but that is what I would do. I don't remember how to start the fucking JP. How sad is that? I'm quite happy with VOE here, by the way. This was kind of perfect timing. I think spending a month on a project is just the sweet spot for me. And I feel like this was fun all the way through. And is that guy about to portal me? I really felt like that was one of like the stream viewers getting ready to like jump me up there. I don't know where does it start? I don't remember this having a complicated start. Did I ever play Morrowind? No. Not as a Let's Play. I would like to. You'd be radioactive as well, Irel. Yes, and then I would go and hide on Mars after convincing the world that I'm the threat to unite against, thus ushering in world peace. Spoilers. Oh, sorry. When you say did you ever play Morrowind? Yes, I have played it, but I haven't streamed it. I haven't made videos of it. I've never produced a series of it. I'm about to give up because I swear I've now gone around this whole building 360 twice now. And I'm not currently doing the jumping puzzle, even though I should be. I mean, where even am I? What is this? The Jade bot really would have been a help here. Like, that's the jumping puzzle above me. I've somehow... I mean, we've managed to... I mean, this is bizarre. This is not the way to play this. If I can get onto that ridge right there, that tiny little rock, we could glide onto that and I think we'd be fine. But we can't. Oh, yeah, well, we get the Jade bot back here. If we get up onto any of these shit... This is terrible. This isn't even showing it in a fun way. So, I get my Jade bot when I'm over here? So, here I'm allowed to Jade bot, but any closer I'm not. That's so bizarre. Just wait a second for our cooldown. Here we go, and then... And don't go thinking this is a fun skip or something. If we did this properly, we would have been flying already. Well, look there. Look, this is the JP. So fuck it. Here you go. We made it. Oh, we don't have a single checkpoint. Whatever. I don't remember those. What? Oh, that's just magic, is it? I'm quite excited to do more of those defense seals, by the way. So do you guys recommend, once I finish this episode here, in my own time, do you guys recommend that I buy just billions of defense seals with all my currencies and just trade those boxes, the script boxes? Don't wait for the daily discounts, just do loads. Is that what you guys think is the best option for us? I'm really disappointed with myself right now. climbing this way because this is my favorite JP in the game. There we go. Did a script make it all the way up here? Hold on, this isn't the boat at the end though, is it? Still got more to climb. I think we should do. Oh god, I'm like Gandalf in the Mines of Moria. I have no memory of this place. How do we follow our nose? Is it a blind jump around on the right? I think it might be. I'm going for it. Land on the barrel, land on the barrel, land on the barrel, land on the barrel. Nice. Look at that. Look how satisfying this is. Yeah. Then go on to that. That looks about right. I'm going to put Signet of Air on as well, just to make this all a little bit smoother and a little bit quicker. Onto the edge of this, I guess. Holy shit, that's a hell of a glide. If this guy just wings it, alright, I'm going for it. Wings it, pun intended. I love his name, by the way, Hot Sauce. Sarsaparilla Hot Sauce. Maybe he's a fan of it. Let me ask you guys a question. When did you last create a new online handle? And what name did you go with? Because I don't know how I'd even begin to go around that now. Hot Sauce is a good one. I was thinking from VOE, like the name Crab, you know, just like Crab. That's it. That's my handle, Crab. But then it sounds a bit like Crab with double B-E from Harry Potter, and nobody likes that guy. I think we're getting close. I just don't know if all my checkpoints are bugged, which would be a bit scary. Because I don't know it, because we didn't really start this properly. Oh god, it's so handy having someone to just follow. Oh. Yes, we could go there, or we could just go directly. Oh, around the corner. Look at the skips. Hot sauce. Well, hot doggy. Oh, I got the Jade bot back here. We could probably skip to the end right now. With that. Haha. But if you want an authentic first reaction, go back to my Season 3 coverage. There you go. Jadebot IP, please nerf. Well, I say skip to the end, it's still not the end. Holy fuck, it's really not. We still got a long way to go. Oh no. Oh, I think I really just made a big mistake. That was silly. Oh no. Oh. Alright, I'm hitting the special action. Let's see if we go back to the last checkpoint. Oh god, it took me down. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let's follow the lines. Oh, let's see where this guy's going. Okay. Here we go. I'm following the yellow brick road. That's it. Full on. Where is the magic? Where is the love? It's just because I'm getting a little bit concerned about the episode length. Yeah, this is all the stuff that we Jade botted. Where did I go wrong then just now? I couldn't see another route. Oh my god, look at all those paths way off in the distance. By the way, I think there's like a view distance setting as well, and you should probably just pull them in. I just maxed it out, and it looks bad. But that's not... It's not the only way that Tiny HUD has to look. It's just me messing with the defaults. Yeah, that's funny. You could just go in there. Okay, this is where we were, right? Man, hot sauce must have messed up somewhere too, because I'm back with hot sauce. So I went that way, but we were supposed to go here. Sneaky. If I wasn't so gung-ho about it, I would have probably spotted that. Nearly done. Oh, this one's actually a little bit scary. I'm going to take it quite at sheer and just let go of WASD so that as soon as I clip it, she stops moving. Oh, yeah, I was scared there that hot sauce didn't make it. I stopped there to just be sure. I needed to be sure. And he was okay. This is a crazy jump. This is such a good jumping puzzle. It just goes on and on and on and on. I think that's why I like it so much, because it's got a real sense of scope and scale. It's so weird that for this event, they give you the Demon Grub Pit, which is like one of the shortest, most shallow jumping puzzle experiences you can have in the game. And I don't mean that in an offensive way, because it's in a starter map and stuff. They give you the Demon Grub Pit and then this. But maybe that's the point, right? To juxtapose the two. All this for one little scrit at the top. Who's going to say, you found me! And that's it. And we don't even have to do. So what's the adventure then? So far, I think this is a lot like what was happening last year. Right, little dexterity error there. Going a little bit fast. You know, this would be really fun. If they ever did jumping puzzle races, this would be a great one for a race as well. You know, just to watch a Zerg of 50 players trying to climb it all at once. When I say races, I mean like putting them on a meta timer as well, right? So you TP the whole Zerg to the base, they all climb, and then they all TP to the next world boss, and then they TP to a jumping puzzle and they all climb, and then they TP to the next world boss, and they all move together. I genuinely think that could be brilliant. All right, here you go. And the last beauty of this as well. You open the chest and it sets the ship ablaze. Look at how cool that is. Amazing. And the script is over here. Ah! How did you find me? Give me that back. So what did I get? Just some magic? Amazing. Look at this fucking... Look at this. So good. If we had Gold Saucer, we could do something like in 14. They can do it anyway. They already have like world boss portal devices and stuff that TP you from world boss to world boss to world boss. Formalizing it a little bit more so that it's you know, you join the squad on LFG and it just... You know, if you command world bosses at the moment, you have to put all this effort into copy-pasting the waypoints and making sure everyone's been there and stuff. I'm proposing, keep them on the timers as they are or whatever, but literally just dump the squad map to map to map. Arenanet sets the order. Arenanet just moves them. And yeah, intersperse it with other content when there are gaps in the world bosses as they spawn. So, like, it could take me... We do the Shadow Behemoth, and once it detects that Shadow Behemoth is dead... There's like a 30-second grace period, and then everyone just presses F, and they all port together to the next site. And maybe the next site is a world boss immediately, or maybe we're in South Zone Survival for 10 minutes. Or maybe we're climbing a jumping puzzle for 10 minutes. Or maybe You know, I just believe map hopping like that, and users can get in it very easily. It's as simple as opening, looking for group, seeing meta train or whatever, and I join, and then it just pushes me there with them. I really do believe in that, and I don't believe in this horseshit. Oh, but they sold World Boss portals on the gem store, and people wouldn't buy them anymore. Fuck that. It would be so good for the game, and so, you know, community building and making the game feel alive and having a lot of people around and presenting a diversity of experiences and making aspects of Guild Wars 2 evergreen. Really, really good idea. Whether they'll do it, I don't know. Because is it good enough to prioritize? Right, So there's a lot I haven't done here, guys. Celebrate the birthday by using dance in the vaults. Gold, silver, and bronze on some adventure. Activate confetti launchers in the adventure. Find a special shiny in the adventure. Collect all of the shinies during the event. Very strange. All right, I don't know what's going on now. This is all new. Let's see what this new adventure is. To cap everything off, let me look at my little notes here. I did make myself some notes. So yeah, I talked about Magic and Boots. Boots, who I get the feeling is still here. He's been waiting and watching, getting ready for this. I talked about Timey Hard. I talked about Reffect. I talked about the World Boss update. I made the Legendary. Oh shit, this fucking not a scratch achievement as well. We did a Q&A. All right. So yeah, possibly one other little thing for us to do too. Okay, so I come to the vaults and type /dance. And I got 2 more tickets. And I guess we'll trade the tickets last of all. Take your pick of prizes. So then there's balloons here that are not normally here. So it is actually decorated. A weapon display console for the current Black Lion set. The calligrapher's stuff. Which I already have. A merchant, a specialist, more balloons. Oh my god, there's confetti everywhere. Let's turn dialogue back on. Sorry, I turned it off earlier. Hopefully we wouldn't miss anything. Does Evan say anything as a part of the event? I think he's behind the desk right now, right? Usually he patrols around the town, but he does sometimes come here. No, maybe I'm seeing things. I thought I saw him somewhere. Okay. So... Oh, look, there's a little Gwildel. Is that a Gwildel Jade bot? No. I didn't even realize they were selling all these Jade bots right now. Wow, look, the advertising's working on me. So usually the bottom of the vaults is locked and you're not allowed to go there as a player. But you can peek through and there's like an Easter egg or whatever. Is it open now? The vaults are fully open? This is actually kind of epic. Are they? Is this it? Oh my god, it might be. Hold on. Are these emotes? They've put so much work into all of this. Lots of emotes for sale. We've got mounts for sale. And more confetti. Confetti, confetti, confetti. Holy shit, it is open. Wow. This is new, right? This was never like this. Please, somebody confirm to me. This only just started this week, right? Very interesting. So we can go in the full vault now. Then you can see the cave in. There's an adventure. I wonder whether Arenanet earned more over this event. Because... like, I wonder if it worked. Wow. Oh my god. Oh. Wait, and there's an Asura gate in there, and that's still locked. Hold on, was this stuff all available? It was that final door? It's the fluttering fairy. It's not actually a Gwildel. The octopus chandelier is awesome. Oh, look, the Evan Nashblade voting things. Okay, right. So there's an adventure in the corner. Let's see what they say. And let's see what Boots' result is, shall we? Let's eat some cakes first as well. Nom, 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 nom. It's December 1st, by the way, guys. Get your advent calendars. I've got one this year. I've got a Malteser one. Okay, Scrit needs shinies. Bring the... Sorry. We got to do the Scrit voice. I'm already rich, you know. Scrit needs shinies. Bring them all, yes? What is this about? Scrit found a way inside the great holder of shinies. You help Scrit. Take all shinies and run. Okay, so we just consult with the enemy, do we? Nash Bash Heist. Boots is number 2 lifetime. But he is so far ahead of Broken, it makes my head spin. That's like a minute 30 faster. Boots, are you finding people are stealing the number 1 slot very regularly from you anymore? Because like people like move speed hack and shit like that, right? Are you finding that that's all died away now and it's okay? He might not still be there. Oh no, he is there. He says I should be 7. Oh really? Well, he's ranked 2. So bronze, I need 20 shinies. Silver, I need 50. And gold, I need 90. Okay, let's just give it a shot, shall we? So I have Rush. Oh, I'm a Scrit. I get Scrit Shadow Step. Scrit will never be caught. And it breaks stun, and I get a 400 range TP out of that. And Scrit Stealth. Scrit will never be found. Currently invisible, ends if I do damage. But I can move. Okay. So just trying to get a sense of the cooldown. So does that guy... So he has a placeholder icon there. It says patrolling. We'll retrieve some valuables from intruders. I actually noticed a thing in Visions of Eternity that they had missed with that as well. Forget what now. So if I take a shiny, like I've got 2 shinies, and then I step in him, I go to 1, and then I go to 0. I've lost a shiny. Okay, so the patrolling guys will take my shinies off of me and knock me back. But then if I... Oh, speak of the devil, there's Boots. If I stealth and stand in him, he doesn't. So I can use stealth to just sprint through. I can also just TP past them. No. The 400 range is not good enough to just jump past those guys. And aside from that, I'm just spamming 1. What do the Scrit holes do? Oh shit, they take me to a bunch of different rooms. Whoa. Okay, and what knocked me down there? Oh. Do I get a Scrit dodge? Oh, there's no animation. I'm glad that they got a jump, though. Was it always the case you could jump in Scrit tonics? Oh my god, I've wanted Tengu playable race all these years, but what if they come out with the Scrit first? Okay, so it looks to me like the tripwires and things. This is like Swamp, right? The Swamp fractal. So can I dodge through it? Oh, what? Not enough energy. Oh, I just have no endurance. None of the skills bring it back. So you just don't get any endurance. Okay, the question is still though, can I jump them? Okay, I can jump over them. And I can teleport past them. Oh my god, the fucking coin collecting sound effect is so good. This isn't even a game that conditions you to care about that noise. You know, I read a whole big long thing about how League of Legends is so careful about its coin. It's like gold gain sound effect and gold gain visuals because it's such a huge part of like incentivizing players to play well and like finding that primal kind of thing so that people will really, really enjoy it and want it. And it's like I was playing Heroes of Hammerwatch this year, and collecting gold in that game is so fun too. How much time do I have? I've got another minute still. Holy shit. Oh, don't be near that guy. Oh, while I'm on the pedestal though, I'm technically jumping. He doesn't see me while I'm up high. That's interesting. Yeah, Hammerwatch is so good for gold pickup. I really believe in looting. You know, there's an old Josh Foreman quote floating around out there where he was talking about how, like, it was like a tweet or something. He was talking about how game devs shouldn't waste time adding pickup animations because it just annoys and slows the player down. And I've never agreed with that. I really haven't. I feel like it adds a lot to have a moment to loot. I don't like everything just floatily drifting into my inventory and, you know, being vacuumed up. It takes the magic away from it, you know? Like, I much prefer the way that Guild Wars 1 does it, where I click a thing to actually bend down to pick it up. It even has, like, combat interactions and stuff when you do that. I think that's the experience I believe in. Holy shit, we got a lot of seals. Okay, so what was my how did I do there? I got 52. I needed 90 for gold. It looks like there's only 121 in existence. And Boots managed to get all of them in 126 seconds. He also says to me, come here. What, in or out of the adventure? Is this for the golden shiny or the golden script or something? I wonder how I get to him. I don't know if he's upstairs or downstairs. There he is. Hello, sir. In adventure, he says. Okay. Oh man, I feel like you know, we got a real resource here. The sound of gold in Dota 2, yeah. Oh, but another MOBA, right? So I assume they put a lot of energy into that as well. Okay, I'm in. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Follow real quick, he says. Uh-oh. Ah, fuck. Ah, the panic stealth. Okay, I'm following. Should I collect on the way? There's a scrit hole. He's telling me to go in the hole, I think. And now I'm upstairs. Now go to the front desk. What, past this guy? Stealth. Sneaky! Ah, that's quite cool. Okay, the front desk, hello. Oh, there's shiny? Whoa, the special shiny. I don't know, was that worth more or was that just as an Easter egg? That's very cool. So, did I need to go through the script hole to do that or could I have just slowly walked up? So I can leave. Ah. Scrit thought Scrit was free. Okay, right, let's try and get 90, shall we? You know that guy saying he spent 2 hours on all of this? He wasn't too far wrong. Okay, I see there's like falling ceiling effect there, which worries me. I have ground targets, ground rings disabled because the combat looks so much better, by the way, especially Mace 2 on Rev, best looking skin on the game with the rings disabled. Not even close. Oh, that's cool. I like this. But it's making me worry now that there's certain red telegraphs in this adventure that I'm missing because of my settings. Because Arenanet are really hit or miss with the telegraphing and how that option works. Oh, if I could, that would be one of the first things I'd clean up. Fuck. Oh, Boots has given us some tips here. He said put swiftness on autocast. It's a good idea. Because we're not going to be using other animations, so it should press it pretty much straight away. Yeah, it did. Wow, look at that big tip. Is this a preview from your video? And I mean that. Is the video out already? Careful of the bear traps. Okay, I think I got everything in this room. We've stolen 48 shinies. We've still got a long way to go, though. I'm not going to use the hole. I'm going to just... My mindset right now is to get everything in every room first. I mean, that just makes sense, right? Oh god, all the confetti are going everywhere. Bear traps all over the place. This is fun! This is a good little adventure! Okay, that guy's going to steal my shinies, so I'm going to do this. There is no honor among thieves. Oh, and it's especially cool seeing other players as Scrit running around doing it at the same time. Isn't Honor Among Thieves the name of one of the Uncharted games as well? That's on like a really deep discount at the moment on Black Friday. Oh, we're done. No, we're not done. Keep going. We need 6 more. Okay, there we go. We got gold, but let's keep going. We gotta beat Boots' time. We can do it. I'm sure it's not that hard. Oh no! Oh my god, was that the sound of my script? Absolutely shitting himself. I got 105. How many do I need? 108. No, it's not going to be 108, is it? That's my cooked, melted, lost brain right there. 108 is a special number. It appears all over the place. Should I go out the front for the special shiny? I have 118. 119. I think I missed one in one of the rooms. I'm going to go for the special shiny. 120? Oh, no, it's not there anymore. 121 is max. But if you get one stolen, you're cooked. Oh, dear. So I missed 2 somewhere in some of these rooms. Oh, guys, I'm sure if we got those 2, we would have made it. I'm sure we would. I'm sure our time was perfect there. Just, you know, through natural talent. All right, that's pretty good. You know what? I think that's a good little format, actually. Quick little weekly events that aren't anything too special or crazy, but bringing an adventure in with each of them. I'm kind of a big believer in that. You know, I'll credit, again, the studio. They did that roadmap for Visions of Eternity. Go back to episode 1 of this playlist. They did a roadmap. I think it was episode 2, actually, when they released the launch trailer. And they had that whole roadmap for all the big stuff happening, and then a whole separate roadmap for stuff like this. And I said, you know, it's amazing that they've got all that content to fill that out. And indeed they do. Well, Boots, I'm very, very impressed with your number 2 lifetime. Here are his tips. Autocast. He says, use Diviner's gear because your gear affects the swiftness duration. Surely Givers is the best. Who gives me the most concentration? 30, 30, 54, 45, 30, 30, 30, 30. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Okay, so Diviners. Want to see me go fast? Yeah, well, how do I do that, though? Do I just follow you in-game? Or do we leave that as a teaser so that people will go to your channel? Boots, I was told in Discord the other day that there's an official proper collab feature on YouTube now. So, like, when you upload a video and I'm in it, it will actually ping my channel or something, or people will know. Or if you are in one of my videos, your channel will properly appear. We should try that out at some point. This is a conversation for off-screen, I'm sure. I have 66 seals of approval. I want to go spend those. It's cool that Arenanet got a bit of content out of these rooms as well, you know. $180 behind me. You saw the one that I missed? Oh, really? Well, we missed 2, didn't we? Okay, so there you go, guys. Oh, well, let me just check here. Did I do everything? The shiniest. Collect all of the shinies. Oh! All right, I'm going to do one more attempt. Oh, Boots, I will follow you. Let's follow Boots. Lead me to all of the shinies, and I'll try to go as fast as possible. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, no, he said see ya. Oh, no, and he left the party. No, come back. Let's try this. There you go, he re-accepted. Alright. Here we go. This way we both benefit. Okay, I'm ready. I'm going to count down. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm in. Play. Alright, I'm following. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, yeah, and we're avoiding the traps. 9, 10. Ooh, we're skipping some. 11. No, we're not. 12. 13. Oh, he teleports. 14. 15. Jump over that. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. Ah! 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. Oh, I'm sad that it's not the big table jump thing. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. Oh shit. 39. Oh, I think I grabbed an extra one. 40. 41. Did he grab that? 42. 43. 44. So many in here. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. We go in. I was riffing on it a bit there. Uh-oh, scary room. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. I hope I'm getting the count right. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. Oh, 65. Oh shit. 6, 7, 8, 9, teehee. 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Sorry, no, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. 95, 96, 97. Ooh, 57 seconds left. 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 10, 111, 112, 113, 114, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 10 seconds left, 120, 120, 120, 120! Ah! I don't know how! I don't know how I missed it! I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all thought to yourselves, you know what, today I hope to wake up and listen to WP count to 120. Or fail counting to 121 apparently. Teleportation device? The question is, did anyone in the live chat spot the one I missed? Yeah, I know I was following you. I know. I don't know how I missed it. I don't know. All right, well, look, I'll do that one off screen. But that was good stuff. Only because there's another thing I wanna stream here. Thank you for your expertise, Master. But I have failed you. I'll have to retake my test, and we'll try again. I'll try and do it off of my own gumption.
Getting
Right. We're going to have enough tickets to buy all this stuff, right? And then I'm going to have a bunch of spare tickets for next year, I guess, which isn't good. So here's my party hat. Yay. Here's my guaranteed wardrobe unlock, my build template expansion, my equipment template expansion, my 5 boosters, my 5 statuettes. You know, Arenanet, you should have put primers on this as well. People love primers. And there's my keys. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, so when I get that achievement, I'll be able to buy one more key. Let's see.
May all your theories
be
sound.
Well, that'll happen off screen, guys.
I know of a good use for
Let's open this. So we got another 3 statuettes from that. Oh, and a Thundercrag staff, which I'm sure cannot be worth a lot, since everyone surely is opening these right now. 15 gold. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. All right, here's the exciting one. What do we think we're going to get, guys? So, guaranteed wardrobe unlocker. Here's the current state of things on my account. There are 23 outfits, a glider, just the one glider, various armor pieces, boots, chests. Wouldn't it be cool if we got some boots? That would be very fitting, since boots just helped here. Weapons is just obscene. There's so many fucking weapons from different festivals. It's just outrageous. And then back to exciting stuff. Quite a lot of back pieces. A lot of dyes that are pretty expensive. And then these minis are also extremely expensive. So let's see. The odds are on that we're going to get kind of a shitty weapon. Ready? 3, 2... Well, okay. All the weapons I need are worth in the order of like hundreds of gold. But... So whatever we get will be good. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. We got a wintergreen custom candy cane hammer. Actually, to tell you the truth, I don't know whether that's a good one. Will I be able to get that in a couple of weeks once Winter's Day comes back? I don't know. But there you go. Getting us ready for the next season. That's what that is. And I'm very happy with my party hat. And yeah, we'll try and get all the shinies. Okay, guys. One final thing. Now, let me look at the day-night cycle. Okay. I want your help. Much as Boots just helped me. Now, I am on Europe at the moment, and I have one final thing to talk about, and I would love to do to cap off Visions of Eternity. There is one thing I haven't got this expansion. It's over at Pub Canuck. I'm going to create a squad. This is very simple, what I want your help with, everybody. We got a bunch of spuds together to do this the other day. We had a squad of, like, I don't know, nearly 10 of us. And then night fell. We cannot do what I want to do at night time. And then we were all like, it's late. I'm not going to wait 40 minutes for this. So the meta is ending at the moment, apparently. So in game, if you're on EU, type slash squad join lists to join my squad. So what is it we're doing? Right here at Pub Canuck, there are these towels. This is the last thing I need in the whole expansion. There will be an event that spawns during the daytime where some people come and they sit on these towels and they try to sunbathe. And you're supposed to grab aloe vera from this table and tend to them. There is a hidden achievement. Well, not hidden. There is an achievement called Not Even a Scratch. And seriously, as I did earlier in this video, I have all the everything. Except this, not even a scratch. Now, in earlier episodes of the LP, I said that this was bugged. It's not actually... We tried it on the LP, and someone said it was bugged. It's not actually bugged. So here's the achievement. It says this. Prevent crabs from reaching the hull gardeners for the duration of their tan during the Keep the Hull Gardeners Comfortable while they work on their tans event. So basically, guys... Some crabs are going to spawn and try to attack these guys. And here's why this achievement is so hard. It's because if even a single point of damage gets through and hits any of the tanners, even a single point of damage from a single crab, you lose the achievement. It's not, oh, stop the tanners from getting defeated, right? And then you res them or whatever. It's no one can do any damage at all to them. So what that means, guys, is during this event, crabs will spawn far away, and they will move in towards the tanners. We need to intercept the crabs really far out, like basically where they spawn. So we need at least 4 people, so this is good, right? We need a bunch of people in this squad, and our default starting positions, we need to like stand out here on the hills, like where this arrow is. So last time I did this with the spuds a couple of days ago, we had like someone said exactly where the crabs spawn, and I put markers like in good spots. I don't actually know where they spawn, so I'm just kind of winging it with the markers right now. If anyone knows in game, does anyone know exactly where they spawn, and do you want to tell me so we can put the markers in the right place? Like, we had this all set up.
The scanners are dead.
And then it was nightfall. And it was like, oh, fuck. Well, we're just going to have to stop. But I think we need to, like, stand out here. And we need to beat the crabs up over here. What I will also say, guys, is it's a really good idea, first of all, to play power builds. But anyone with pulls, if you have pulls, you can yank the crabs away from the mobs. Away from the tanners. So, for example here, I'm going to be playing on Gux. I'm going to be playing on Gux because as a Ritualist, we're power. We're going to play... There is no really Condi build for Ritualist. And I can run, like, Spectral Grasp. And I can run Greatsword 5, you know? If you're a Thief, bring Scorpion Wire. If you're an Engineer, bring Toolkit with or Bomb Kit for Magnet Bomb and Magnet for the Toolkit. If you're an Ellie, maybe Air Shield. Ellie's a little bit struggling. If you're a Mesmer, you are the god at this. You bring Temporal Curtain. If you're a Guardian, you can Greatsword 5 them, or you can Firebrand F3-1 them. Sorry, F1-3 them. Well, have I done all the classes not already? Rev has it on Spear. Ellie actually has it on Spear as well now, but also Malik Sleep. Can Warrior pull on Staff? I think it can, can't it? I'm not too familiar with Staff, but didn't they nerf it because of World vs. World? But yeah, basically that's the idea, guys. We want to spread out and like be where the crabs spawn and kill the crabs. Now the fear is with these markers that I put them too far away, so just be aware. And then we can just have like 1 or 2 random people do the actual tanning event and just like, or just hope players in the area do it. Yeah, minions are probably good as well because the minions will take the aggro from the crabs. That's probably not bad. So yeah, that's the idea. I want to give this an attempt and we can do it all together. And, you know, I don't know whether more crabs spawn out here, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where they all spawn. So this guy in chat here, Timbles, says, I'm 90% sure it is bugged. You need to be in the area when the event starts to get the eligibility achievement. But if the achievement has failed on the map instance ever before, you won't get it. So you would need to be in a new map instance. Oh. Oh, so no, I don't know who to believe now. Maybe it is bugged. I don't know. Well, thankfully, we just joined a meta map, so it's probably this is a new map that just spun up. So we might actually be alright here. Believe it or not. This event tends to only spawn in fresh instances that have been created no later than the previous Castoran night. If it spawns in other instances, then the achievement progress for not even a scratch might not be awarded. Ah. Okay, hold on, real quick then. This map is 4 hours old. Holy shit, wait, where did you figure that? Ark tells you that? Okay, can anyone find another instance? There'll be meta maps up right now. We can maybe try and get into a new one. See, look, there's other people with a meta. That guy that says meta fresh map. I kind of don't want to leave squads to check. Can anyone leave squads to check these other maps? And then just rejoin, and then we'll join on you. If I leave, then it might, you know, be difficult to get back in. Can anyone find a map that is, like, leave my squad, go to LFG, join on some of these, and just check their timers. Oh, shit. Hold on. Are they closing down already? Oh, this map is 4 hours old. Okay, so Oh, this is brutal. All right, well, I can't say I didn't try, guys. I was gonna, yeah, I thought that would be a really cool way to end the whole thing, you know, with the last thing. There you go. Nash Blade's thing just went over to 23 hours, by the way. So you got 23 hours to do the Black Lion thing, guys. And that includes me. I got to get all the shinies. Man, I feel lucky then because I randomly joined the event once and I got the achievement. Oh, that is lucky. That is very lucky. Oh, why am I in strat missions? T1 rifts for masteries. Yeah, I guess they don't have any other instances. If I do /IP, does it tell you how old it is? No. Wow, so Ark knows how old they are, but there's no native command for that. Where does Ark tell me how old an instance is? So we're just going to sit here and the event's never going to spawn, basically. Is that right? Oh, God. And our timing was so bad there because if we got here ever so slightly earlier, the meta would have still been going on and we could have piggybacked onto any of those. But the meta just ended, so everyone's gone. That's brutal. So this guy here is in another instance. So what about this one, guys? How old is this map? Do we know if you join on me? Probably best to do it right after a game update. You don't really need to wait for an update. You just need to, because mega servers spin up and down quite fast. You just need to wait for a moment where there's an influx of players. And when the meta spawns will be a very good one. You can turn on the metrics window in Ark. Metrics. Oh, when you mouse over it, I see map ID. This one's 2 hours old. So again, that's not this current day-night cycle, is it? Because the day-night cycle itself is... A day-night cycle is 2 hours. That's quite interesting. I never knew that about Ark. We could try this map, maybe? 4 hours. Back to 2 hours. Yeah. Ah, shit. Alright, I think we have to give up then. Because it might not even spawn. So it is bugged. Well, there you go. Look, a bunch of you guys joined there, and that was lovely of all of you. Sorry to get your hopes up. And now to let you down. Wow. Oh, well, mind you, there are too few players here. Swap map. You going to throw me in a new one? You going to spin up a new one, game? Oh, well, I actually crashed. I crashed trying to get into a new map. So, hey, who knows? Mate, hold on. I'll relaunch real quick. This is going to be really awkward. The end of this Let's Play is going to be looking at a black screen, waiting, getting in, only to just turn it off again. Sorry, let's see if I will discuss the lore reveals from the collection about Wayan went to Castor and got out intact. Well, I didn't get that impression from it. Is that what it was? I got the impression that he got separated from his crew or whatever. There was a mutiny and they came here and he didn't. But maybe that's not right. Okay, I don't know where I am now. Let's have a look. Yeah, this one's still the 2-hour-old instance. Yeah, that's it, I'm afraid, everybody. That's it. So there you go. That's Visions of Eternity. Everything except this achievement and getting Ancora. Of course, there will be another patch in about 2 to 3 months. I'm hoping to get a good 2 to 3 months of decent Let's Playing in other games and other genres during that time. So, you know, I do implore you guys, if you're interested in that, please stick about. Please give the channel a shot for some non-Guild Wars stuff. And, you know, I'll obviously keep you in the loop and do videos on Reforged and stuff as news comes out. But yeah, thank you everybody. What else is there to say? Thanks for all the lovely comments. As to that stuff about coffee or Ko-Fi or whatever, listen, if you want to support my channel, please do. I'm a one-man band. Anyone that helps, I feel it. So please do consider. There's a link to my Patreon in the description. There will also be a link to Venny's Reffect pack down there as well. Thanks, guys. Check out Boots' channel. He's been doing videos on the new adventures and all kinds of fun things. I appeared in a video over on his channel before. We'll figure out this Magic the Gathering thing as well soon. And yeah, have a good Black Friday. And I'll see you guys for Oblivion December. Cheers, guys. See you next time.